It is a hot Friday afternoon here at the Orchard, Yakima County Stadium, as the Pippins return home to start their final homestand of the 2026 season. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Harmon Johnson, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins. And in town tonight is the only opponent Yakima Valley has not yet faced this summer, the Corvallis Knights, for Game 1 of a 3-game weekend series. The Pippins will return the favor next Friday and head down to Goss Stadium to play the Knights for the final 3 games of the summer. Yakima Valley coming off of a rough road trip, going 1-2 down in Walla Walla, winning Game 1, but then being shut out in Game 2 and giving up 13 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning last night. Corvallis in town, 22-20. Yakima Valley 19-23, sitting 3.5 games back of the Corvallis Knights. They'll have to try to win this series to put themselves in a position to get back into the wild card hunt for the postseason, which begins in just a few short weeks. 2 weeks from today, postseason baseball will be being played here in the West Coast League. Pippins hoping to be a part of that. It starts tonight with a meeting against the Knights. We'll get you a talk with Pippins head coach Kyle Crustangel, and then we will get you starting lineups as we continue on with Pippins pregame. Down here on the field during Pippins batting practice with Pippins head coach Kyle Crustangel. Coach, coming off of a 1-2 road trip down to Walla Walla, 9 games against that one opponent. It gets kind of hard throughout this season, but last night not going the way you want. How do you turn it into a successful weekend this weekend?
Yeah, obviously kind of an interesting ball game, the first 7 versus the last 2. The offense, there's obviously opportunities to score more than we did. Obviously, you put up 8 runs. You have an 8-3 lead going in the 8th. You obviously feel pretty good, especially with a couple of the arms with Wyatt and John. And, one of those situations where it didn't go our way. And in, a 60-game season with league games and non-leagues, you're going to have a few wonky losses, and you're going to have a few wins that you probably didn't deserve and get. And yesterday was definitely one of those that, needs to be a dub, and it ends up taking an L. But, new series, new opponent. We're back home. We've been tough at home. I know the crowd will be ready to go. We're playing Corvo, so a lot of stuff to get up for. You got AD on the mound. You got a fresh Nate in the bullpen, so a lot of things to be excited about. Just got to go out there and take Game 1 and get after a series and keep moving on to these new opponents, each 3-game sets. But really flush, get to today. Beautiful day out, no smoke in the air, so, ball will be flying.
I asked you this when we were up against Portland and Jim Hopple, but you've also coached a bunch against Brook Knight. What can you tell me about the teams that he usually brings here?
Yeah, Brooke and I go back a long ways. Played each other in the championship, had many postseason appearances. With him, he's going to have a brand of baseball. They're going to bunt in bunting situations. They're going to swing it in swinging situations. The guys are going to play hard. He's definitely going to be kind of like me, where we're going to be looking 2 guys that know the rules, 2 guys that look to enforce rules, 2 guys that look to using umpires and situations to our advantage. But at the same time, we both have big respect for each other. When you coach that much against each other, we've never had an issue with each other, friends, and I'm excited to see him again, Coach Kearns as well and his staff. We have 2 coaching staffs that have been around the block and coached a lot of college baseball, so always excited to see Brooke, and always seem to be some dogfight battles, in the Pipps play the Knights.
We talked about Austin Dillon after his last start, having some sort of fire out there, some compete behind him. What do you expect out of him in one of his last starts of the summer?
Yeah, the way it slates out, he should have 3 starts remaining, which is exciting that he still has 3 to go. But look for him to just kind of build off the last one. He's been a reliable guy. He's been a guy that's gotten deep into games. He's given us a lot of quality starts. But the compete factor, I think he smells that playoffs are in contention. We're right there. Hopefully he can kind of put us on his back like he did, and I'm sure he'll be fired up. Corvo's a team because of their history that people know about, that you're excited to have. Welcome them to the Orchard, bring him here, and excited to get up for. And I think he's the perfect arm to go out there on a Game 1 situation. He's got to want to have the ball, and he has it. And same thing with Nate coming out of the pen. So I look for him to get deep and build off the competitive nature he had his last outing here.
Temperatures are warm. Pips are trying to get hot. Who's your Pip to click?
Ooh, my Pip to click tonight is going to be Daichi. Daichi's back. Was off last series, kind of nursing a whole handful of day-to-day type of stuff as he's played a lot of baseball. But look for Daichi to have a couple big base hits, some loud barrels, and definitely a locker room, clubhouse kind of guy, especially in the dugout with his fun personality. So look for him to kind of rejuvenate after a long get home at 2 a.m. Frustrating loss. You need a couple spark plugs and a couple guys to get after it. So I'm going to go with Daichi today.
All right, Daichi for a hot of the Pip to click. Coach, good luck.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Roll Pips.
We've got starting lineups coming up next. This is Pippins pregame. And now it's time for the starting lineup for your Yakima Valley Pippins, as announced by Pippins head coach Kyle Crustangel. Leading off and playing right field, number 3, Tyson Miller. Batting second, the shortstop, number 9, Brandon Stone. Batting third, the second baseman, number 26, Daichi Furuhata. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 25, Parker Bird. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 4, Trey Godoy. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 20, Diego Davis. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 6, Yash Gupta. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 8, Tommy Lamb. So again for Yakima Valley, Miller, Stone, Furuhata, Burt, Godoy, Emery Henderson, Davis, Gupta, and Lamb. The starting pitcher today is Austin Dillon. We'll get you his numbers when we get back. That's your Pippins starting lineup. First pitch is next. Thanks for watching Pippins pregame.
Two and two. Ellis needs to dial one in. Tension building here at Yakima County Stadium. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. 2-1 victory. Pippins over Sweets.
First pitch, a high drive out towards right. Back goes Chavez. He's looking up. Bye-bye baseball. Grand slam. Dylan Anderson. Bring him home and touch them all. He's been here all summer, and it finally pays off.
That was all we needed. 2-1, the final score, and we get ready for fireworks as a happy bunch. It's an extremely warm day for baseball here in Yakima, Washington, as there's some smoke in the air, but that's not going to stop us from playing Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Corvallis Knights and the Yakima Valley Pippins. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Harmon Johnson, your voice of the Pippins, and the reason I bring out the smoke right away is because we just dealt with it in Walla Walla over the course of the week. It's currently in the upper 90s. The wind is howling from the south, and there's a small fire out by White Swan, Washington, that is bringing some smoke coverage over the ballpark. Right now it's drifting off more towards the east. We shouldn't have any issues, but just another example of how dry and how fire-ready this part of the country has been the last 2 or 3 weeks. You can see some of the smoke trailing off towards our right. The ball is going to fly out towards right field today. And so if you are a left-hander, you better be ready to get this thing up into the jet stream and try to get this over the wall. Yakima Valley and Corvallis, both teams still searching for the postseason appearance. Corvallis has been a perennial powerhouse over the last 10 to 15 years in this league. They were one of the founding members and, of course, have been in the postseason for almost as many years as they've been a member of the league. But this year they're having a little bit of a down year, 22-20 coming into this game. Not the usual Corvallis dominance we are used to. As we take a look at the overall standings in the West Coast League, Walla Walla leading the way. Ridgefield in second place, they've already clinched. And then the race for the last 2 spots is still completely up in the air. Corvallis, Portland, Yakima Valley, the 3 contenders right now. But don't sleep on Springfield, Marion, and Bend. The Pippins have to play defense against those bottom 3, but need to get on the offensive momentum going into the final 4 series of the summer. They have Corvallis here, they have Springfield here, Corvallis on the road, and then Portland on the road to finish off. The Knights and the Pippins, a tale as old as time. This is one of the longest running series in Yakima Valley's franchise history, maybe even longer than the Walla Walla series. There have been 74 combined games all time. The Knights lead it 51-23 though, so the Pippins and Kyle Crustangel having to go up against the might that is Brook Knight and Corvallis. Pippins have a few new faces. We'll get into them as we get through the night, and they hope to get back into the win column after a 1-2 road trip down to Walla Walla that ended last night. They were leading into the 8th inning and then gave up 13 runs in the bottom half of the 8th to go on to drop the series. We're going to pause a moment to listen to the national anthem. We'll honor our nation. We'll get back to baseball in just a moment. It is time for baseball here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins and the Knights, game one of a 3-game weekend series. The final homestand of the summer begins right now for the Yakima Valley Pippins. On the hill to get us started, Austin Dillon, the right-hander, had a great start his last time out against the Portland Pickles. He comes into this game 2-3 with a 4.89 ERA. This will be start number 8 for AD, 20 strikeouts to 16 walks, 35 innings he has pitched. But last time out, you heard it in the pregame interview, Austin had some edge on him. 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. So Austin Dillon hoping to recreate that success against another pretty dominant team, the Corvallis Knights, coming into town. A perennial powerhouse, not quite as successful this year as I think they would like them to be, but still in a playoff spot as we speak today. Corvallis will send up Diego Cruz, the second baseman, Maverick Russell, the designated hitter, and Ethan Porter, the first baseman, in this first inning. The rest of the order for Brook Knight is Dakota Chun, Ryan Severns, Zane Garvey, Kellen Siegel, Tate Hammond, and Joey Marisco. And so for Corvallis, they come into this game knowing they have 6 games against Yakima Valley, the Pippins knowing the same. It's going to be a bloodbath the last week and a half of this season, as we are on the second to last Friday of the West Coast League season. You have this Friday, you have next Friday's games, and the Friday afterward, the teams that qualify for the postseason will be playing baseball in the hunt for a league championship. Hard to believe that we are already at the end of the month of July. Feels like just yesterday that the season got underway at home here for Yakima Valley against the Walla Walla Sweets. Everything's come full circle. The Knights are the last club that the Pippins have not faced during this summer. And so Yakima Valley will get a chance to play them twice within about a week of each series. Big chance to gain or lose ground in the playoff race. Austin Dillon ready to go. His first offering misses high just a second early, 6:34 p.m. here in the Palm Springs of Washington. Weather conditions at the ballpark extremely warm. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. At the time of first pitch, 99 degrees here in Yakima, Washington. There are clear skies overhead with some patchy clouds. And then, of course, the smoke lingering off towards the east of the ballpark. Good changeup, and now Dillon ahead in the count here against Diego Cruz. The Knights' leadoff man playing second base today, batting .317. This is game number 14 with Corvallis. The wind conditions blowing from the south at 23 miles an hour. So whatever smoke coming from the south is going to get blown out pretty quickly. This ball's lifted down the line. If it's fair, it's gone, but it is foul. Our umpiring crew today, Perry Schofield behind the dish. Derek Dunbar is out in the field. We just had this crew here at home against the Portland Pickles. Diego Cruz just missing what would be his first home run of the summer. The count running full to the leadoff man, Diego Cruz. Austin Dillon, you're hoping can get you 5 to 6 innings in this start. The Pippins used 6 pitchers out of the bullpen as AD just misses to issue a leadoff walk. The defense behind Austin Dillon not getting to work quite yet, but it's Trey Godoy out in left, Tommy Lamb in center field, and Tyson Miller out in right field. Manning the hot corners, Yash Gupta, new addition to the Yakima Valley lineup. Brandon Stone's at short. Daichi Furuhata's back. He's at second. Malachi Emery Henderson is playing first. Diego Davis is doing the catching for Austin Dillon. First pitch strike to Maverick Russell, the designated hitter. Russell from UCLA. Last year with Corvallis, batting .276. This year, .263, but he's played in only 12 games after being on the roster for most of the season and playing in 34 last year. Did he go around? No. Derek Dunbar out in the B position. So far this summer for Russell, 10 hits, including a double. On the ground, this is foul. Looked like Diego Cruz had the delayed steal on. He took off running as soon as that ball was hit. So either he wasn't going right away, or maybe he was running on contact. Who knows? Don't know what kind of signs Brook Knight and company have implemented. Out towards center field. First chance for Tommy Lamb. His first game back. He makes the out. One down here in the first inning. Tommy has been with the team and away from the team a couple of times this summer for various reasons. But Lamb expected to be here through the last day of the season now after he's rejoined the team for the second time. I really enjoy watching Tommy in center field. Not that I don't enjoy Luis Garcia out there as well. Lewis dealing with a slight oblique strain that he's been playing through the last couple of days. Trying to give him a day off and get him ready for the last couple of series. Runners off at first. The throw down's a good one. Daichi will apply the tag. Diego Davis catches Diego Cruz stealing. There's two down. A good toss down to second base, and Daichi able to apply the tag right away, and now second base has come out of its plug. Cruz tried to swim around that tag, but Daichi had the ball with plenty of time to readjust. This happened the last time this crew was here. Second base came out of the plug. Derek Dunbar manicuring the area there. So Diego Davis helping out his starting pitcher, getting an out on the base pads, and here in an 0-1 count, you could face the minimum here in the first inning. The all-time series between Corvallis and Yakima Valley led and dominated by the Knights, 51-23, the all-time win-loss record in favor of Corvallis. Here in Yakima, the Knights are 20-14. The Pippins not defending home turf quite as well. And Corvallis has won the last 4 games in this all-time series dating back to last year. Their last loss came in this ballpark towards the end of June in 2025. Good location, but not getting the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Porter, the first baseman. He's from Oregon State, gets to spend the summer playing on his spring home field. Count running full. Porter coming off of a season at Oregon State where he batted .293, batting .330 for Corvallis. Payoff pitch, lost in ball 4. Couple of walks issued by Austin Dillon here in the first inning. 2-out base runner for Dakota Chun. Chun from Honolulu, Hawaii, standing 5'10", 230 in the left-hand batter's box. He spent his spring at Division I Portland, batting .230 in 44 games. Bouncer towards first. This will be foul. It took a hop off the grass. Malachi applied the tag, but he apparently grabbed the ball in foul territory. That was a close play. Malachi tried his best to keep that ball fair, but you can see the glove reaching in foul territory. Doesn't matter where the fielder is. The way you determine fair or foul is where the ball is. That ball was, in fact, foul. Wave and a miss. Dylan gets Chun to pull a string. This is only game number 6 for Dakota Chun with the Corvallis Knights. He's got 6 hits and 20 at-bats. Very short lead over at first for Ethan Porter. He extends as Dylan comes set. Here's the 0-2. Right to Malachi, and the outfielder playing first base today catches the line drive to end the inning. So one man is left on for Corvallis, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pippins coming up on offense for the first time.
Who we got going down on the field here? All righty. We have got your name?
Levi.
And Levi?
Nicholas Rodriguez.
All right, Levi and Nick, each of you guys here. Nick, we're going to have you on this side, Levi on this side. Scott T, in honor of Fair Weekend, we've got some hot dogs. I'm setting a 30-second timer. Whichever one of you guys with no hands can eat the most of your corn dog will be the winner. You guys ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. They're on. There's a bite right here for Nick. A really good bite over here by Levi. He got about half that thing down right there. Levi. He's eaten a few corn dogs in his life. Come on, Nick. How many of you guys Nick's battling the wind, I think, right now? Scotty, what do you think? 6, 5, 4. Can you get one more bite in, Nick? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Scott T, what do you think? Who's our winner? Levi will be our winner in our no hands corn dog eating contest. Give it up.
Way to go, Levi. I don't know that anyone's ever eaten a food on a stick on a
Fair weekend here at the Orchard. Of course, the state fair on the fairgrounds here isn't until the middle part of September, but we're going to honor it anyway. This is a special night. I go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and one of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's own, Colin Novacek, on the hill for the Corvallis Knights. 2-1 record with a 3.79 ERA. This will be start number 5, game number 7. He's got 20 strikeouts and 11 walks. Novacek, the left-hander from Elkhorn, Nebraska, got to call a couple of Nebraska games in which Novacek pitched during the spring, and so this is kind of a neat experience. Last year when Jay-Sean Unger was out here with Corvallis, got a chance to call one of his games as well. Chase Olson was also with the Corvallis Knights. He returned to Lincoln for his second season as well. Although with my Pippins hat on, I'm hoping that Tyson Miller, Brandon Stone, and Daichi Furuhata can do some work here against Novacek. Tyson leading it off for Yakima Valley as he's done for most of the summer. 279 batting average, but the on-base percentage is set at 470. It's going to be hard to beat that mark for anybody else in the league. First pitch, handcuffed out towards shallow left. How about a base hit on the first pitch of the ball game? Tyson Miller aboard on the first pitch that Novacek tosses in.
make some noise for your shortstop.
Novacek going fastball inside, and Tyson got this one more off of the handle, not the barrel, but it works out. Marasco had no chance. Now Novacek has to go immediately to the stretch to face Brandon Stone. Stone moving up from the bottom third of the order after he was inserted there during the Walla Walla series. He's hitting 2 now with a 280 batting average. 7 hits, including a double. He had 4 hits in the series against the Sweets. A 3-hit night on Tuesday, which helped the Pippins to that 3-2 victory. Brooke Knight channeling his inner ball boy there. Stone from right here in Yakima went to East Valley. 90-mile-an-hour fastball there by Novacek. It's 1-2. Knights electing to wear black today. Don't quite know that I agree with that with the 99 degrees, but maybe that's the uniform in rotation that they've been winning with. There goes Tyson, waving a miss. There's the strikeout, throw down, and nobody applies a tag. Cruz and Severns were both there at the second base bag. Tyson's going to swipe second. One down, man at second. That was kind of an awkward reception of the throwdown. It was a good throw by Chun, and then the shortstop Severns and the second baseman Cruz couldn't decide who wanted to take the throw. Here's the return of Daiichi Furuhata. 2 seasons at SWAC. He's been one of the main hitters in the Yakima Valley order until he was sidelined with a minor hamstring and quad injury. He stayed home, did not travel to Walla Walla in order to get treatment, and now he's back for the last week or so of the season. Daiichi ready to go to Seattle U in the fall. 1 ball and 1 strike. With Yakima Valley, Furuhata batting .304, but he's among the league's leaders still in runs scored with 37. The amount of times Furuhata has gotten on base and then came around to score is incredible. He also has 42 hits to his name in only 34 games. You remember way back to the start of the year, Daiichi had a 10-game hitting streak up until the Ridgefield series. Tyson threatening out there at second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes after Daiichi misses that fastball. So with SWAC, Daiichi has an all-time spring batting average of .321. That's after batting .363 in this 2026 spring. He also can pitch. 2-2 from Novacek. Count running full to Daiichi Furuhata. The Pippins trying to do what they did against the Ridgefield Raptors at the start of this month and score early at home. They could not get that done in 2 of the 3 games against Portland, and then did not have an early lead against Walla Walla. Daiichi stays alive as he pokes this one to the party porch. I guess that's technically the picnic deck, but you get what I mean. All the fun names of all of our different areas here at the ballpark you could be a part of for the last 5 home games. Jersey Mike's land, you've got the picnic deck, lefties. Ball 4 outside, and Daiichi will take a walk. Two men aboard and only 1 down. The Corvallis Knights defensively. They've got Joey Marasco out in left. In center field is Kellen Siegel, and in right is Tate Hammond. On the infield, Zane Garvey's at third. At second is Diego Cruz. Short is Ryan Severns, and first is Ethan Porter. Dakota Chun catching for Colin Novacek. Big opportunity here for Parker Burt early on. Parker's 2 hits the last time we had a home series. Both resulted in RBI. He had 5 runs batted in on only 2 hits in the series. A bases clearing double and a 2 RBI single. Big hack there. It's 1-1. Parker headed to Ball State by way of Regis, the native of Mansfield, Texas. Continues to work his way up the division ladder in college baseball. A little bit of an extra lead out there for Tyson Miller, and that draws a step off by Novacek. Both Tyson and Daiichi were shuffling as Novacek was about to deliver the pitch. Two balls and 1 strike. Decent crowd is filled in, especially on the third base line where the shade is. Two and 2. Parker was expecting a little bit farther inside. Only 1 away. As long as you don't hit a ground ball, then Trey Godoy will have a chance to bring in a run. He had an RBI in that Walla Walla series. Down the right field line, but foul. Parker couldn't quite keep it inside fair territory. Not a bad idea, though. Shoot it out towards the short porch in right field. Parker has 4 home runs on the summer. Hasn't hit one, though, since the Father's Day weekend. Check swing. Did he go? No appeal. Well, now here's the appeal. He did not go. The count runs full as Novacek just misses with that changeup. This was a close check swing, but Parker able to keep the bat back and now looking to draw a walk or a knock. Down and in, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Yakima Valley. Major opportunity here for Trey Godoy. A couple of Big Ten student athletes going to work here. Trey Godoy from UCLA, Colin Novacek from Nebraska. Trey on the season batting only 106, including non-league games, but he has 3 RBI. Good stop at the dish by Chun. That most recent RBI for Godoy coming on the 21st. That was Tuesday. He went 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. And now Corvallis is going to head out and have a quick chat. That gives us a chance to set up the rest of the West Coast League tonight. Everybody starting new series. Everybody getting ready for the playoffs. Top of the 7th inning in Springfield, the Drifters lead it 4-1 over the Marion Berries. Top of the 3rd inning in Edmonton, the Riverhawks hosting Kelowna, 4-0 Riverhawks. Bottom 2 in Port Angeles, Nanaimo and PA scoreless. Top of the 2nd inning between Kamloops and Victoria, no score. Bottom 1 in Ridgefield, Bend and Ridgefield, no score. Top 2 in Wenatchee, Bellingham and the Apple Sox, 1 and 2 in the North. Doing battle, 1-0 Apple Sox in the top of the 2nd. And a game just underway down at Portland. No score between the Walla Walla Sweets and the Portland Pickles. That's a big series because even though you just got beat around by the Walla Walla Sweets, if you're Yakima Valley, the Sweets become your best friend, playing Portland 6 times over the last couple of weeks. So the Pippins can get some help from their Battle of the Basin rival, as long as they can win and the Pippins can keep pace. This is a bouncing ball, bobbled out there at short. Severn's not going to have a play. The Pippins lead it 1-0. Trey Godoy drives home a run. It's an E6 by Severns. The runners had to make sure this wasn't caught, but then by the time Severns got to it, he didn't have the bounce he wanted. Malachi Emery Henderson with the bases loaded. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Malachi playing first base today. He's played outfield for the entire league season. He did play first once during the non-league games. Batting 186 for Yakima Valley. This is game number 32. 2 balls and no strikes. Novacek having a little bit of trouble with the strike zone right now. Foul ball at the dish. That got Malachi on the foot, it looks like. Is wearing that protector. He shakes out that front foot again and gets ready to hit. He got a fastball right at the top of the zone. Three balls and a strike. There's nowhere to put Malachi. Diego Davis waiting on deck. Pippins being patient here against Colin Novacek. Soft fly ball off the hands. Infield fly in effect. Malachi out. 2 down here in the first inning.
Here's your catcher, number 20, Diego Davis.
2 down for Diego Davis to hit with the bases loaded. Davis on the summer for Yakima Valley, batting .214. This is game number 6. First pitch strike from Novacek. Leading the way at third, Daichi Furuhata. Parker Burt behind him. Both of them drew walks, and then Trey Godoy reached on the E6. Davis chops this off the plate. Porter, the flip to the covering Novacek. The ball gets away. Daichi scores. It goes all the way to the track. Parker scores. 3-0 Yakima Valley. A couple of costly errors for the Corvallis Knights here in the first inning. Porter had plenty of time to send it on to Novacek. The throw just a little bit behind his pitcher. So Furuhata and Burt both come around to score. The Pippins have them at the corners as Godoy moved up to third. And here's Yash Gupta. Gupta from Whitworth College, his first game with Yakima Valley. This would be a heck of a way to introduce yourself to your new club. 2 seasons at Whitworth College, 30 games this most recent spring, a .333 batting average. Davis chased back. Yakima Valley's catcher standing at first. Left fielder standing at third, Trey Godoy. Foul tip. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gupta from Union City, California. Attended James Logan High School. Soft fly ball. Siegel over and in time to make the catch. But not before Colin Novacek and company give up 3 runs on only 1 hit. Yakima Valley has the lead going to the second inning.
All right, fans, let's give a big round of applause for our Quarter Midget Association drivers. Morgan, Tegan, Briley, and Ryland. Look at them go out there. I think we should cancel the baseball game and just watch these guys go all night on the grass. These guys repeat tomorrow for the Western Grand Mini Apple Cup, starting at 9:30. Fans, spectators are free to attend and watch these guys race around the track right next door here at the fairgrounds. The quarter midget race gives kids 5 to 16 a chance to compete in pre-built race cars that are just about 1/4 size of full midget cars. Thank you. Let's give it up once again for Morgan, Tegan, Ridley, and Riley. Make sure to check them out tomorrow morning at 9:30.
That was awesome. I'm now winning this racing on the baseball field always, at all times.
Do you think we could try and fit Scott T in one of those there, Drew? Go ask him, man.
That actually is a great question. Speaking of racing, I am looking for some volunteers who are of age, being an adult, who would like to compete in our Dizzy Bat race. Anyone? Anyone? I've got one hand over here, I think, in the green shirt. We don't have any games if we don't have any volunteers, guys, and we're just putting that out there.
Winners get an Albert Seltzer, Drew. I mean, that's worth it right there.
This guy right here. I saw you with your hand up. Come on. We got 1. We need 3. Who else? Packers hat.
Pippins in charge here in the top of the second inning. They lead at 3-0 on the visiting Corvallis Knights. Yakima Valley getting 3 runs on only 1 hit. 2 errors committed by the Knights and 2 runners left on base for Yakima Valley. Austin Dillon has a cushion here in the second inning as he faces the 5-hole hitter Ryan Severance. Corvallis left one man on. Dillon did walk 2 in the first inning, and Severns from UC Santa Barbara playing in game number 29 of the summer for Corvallis. .297 batting average for Severns, 33 hits. Got a piece, and it's 2-1. Of his 33 hits, 8 are doubles, 2 are triples, 1's a home run. Early on in games, batting .250, he picks it up in the middle third of the contest. 3 balls and 1 strike. AD trying to avoid that third walk already. He will issue it. 3 free passes issued by Austin Dillon. Leadoff man's aboard for Corvallis.
Third baseman number 6, Zane Garvey.
Zane Garvey. Familiar with the West Coast League, and if you followed the Portland Pickles last year, you might remember Garvey's name. This is game number 42 for Corvallis. Last year he played in 9 games for the Pickles. First pitch strike from AD. He's batting .259 for the Knights after a couple of years at Western Oregon. Strike 2. You saw Davis pop out of the crouch there. Ryan Severns was getting a little bit of a healthy lead on the delivery by Dillon. Davis has caught a man stealing already tonight. Corvallis dugout ends up with a new baseball. The count 0-2. Austin about to throw pitch number 29. Another one foul. Corvallis will have another new baseball. This one goes down to the bullpen, though. Those nice Rawlings baseballs. West Coast League was with Baden for quite a while, now switching to Rawlings. Out towards right. Miller has a beat on it. One down for Kellen Siegel. Siegel, pretty good defensive center fielder. This is his 3rd season with the Corvallis Knights. Very familiar face to the folks in Corvallis. He's also pretty familiar with that area of Oregon. Runner takes off. Here's a strong throw from Davis, but it's off the mark. Stolen base for Ryan Severns. The pitch was a called strike. Taking another look at that stolen base attempt. Just a little bit too far in front of the bag. Kellen Siegel, 2 seasons at Lynn Benton Community College. This year with Corvallis, sporting a .290 or a .239 batting average. .17 hits for Siegel, 4 doubles, 2 triples. Corvallis likes to be aggressive on the base pads. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I was chatting with Pippins head coach Kyle Crustangel down on the field before the game, and he and Brooke Knight go back quite a ways. And Corvallis and he share quite a few of the same principles when running the bases. Good block by Davis. He told me that Corvallis is going to bunt in bunting situations. They're going to steal in stealing situations. They're going to hit away in those situations as well. Ball 4. That is now 4 walks issued by Austin Dillon He's walked every other batter that he has faced to this point. Cruz, Porter, Severns, and Siegel, the 1, 3, 5, and 7 hole hitters. Here's Tate Hammond, incoming freshman to UCLA. Hammond batting only 145 in game number 29 with Corvallis. Both runners taking off. Davis doesn't have a play. There's the aggression on the base pads. The double steal executed perfectly by Brook Knight and company. So now 2 in scoring position as the Knights try to cut into this 3-0 lead. This probably will score a run. Going back there, Godoy, he has it. Tagging from third and scoring is Ryan Severns. 2 down, 3-1 the score.
Number 7 left fielder Joey Marasco.
So Austin Dillon unable to throw another shutout. He had 6 innings scoreless his last time, but able to limit the damage here with 2 down and a man at second. Joey Marasco was showing bunt there, but pulled back. This is not one of those situations that you're sacrificing yourself, maybe more so just trying to surprise the defense. Flight again out towards left. Godoy circling into the shadows. He's got it. The side retired, and only 1 run comes across. Corvallis strands another runner, and it's a 2-run ball game as we head to the bottom of the second.
Who's ready for our dizzy bat race with Aller's Dry Hop Seltzer? Tonight, Nick, Leo, and Jamie are gonna keep following me down here. They're gonna be spinning around 7 times on my count, coming down with Scott T. We'll line up right here. Perfect, Jamie. Alrighty. Let's get our bats ready. Let's get Scott T down there. On your marks. Yes, set. Start spinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, go! Scott T gets a hug tonight from Leo, who will be our winner for our can of Albert's Dry Hop Seltzer. Give it up, folks.
Brought to you by Albert Seltzer. It is
Scott T. Pippin feeling the love from our contestants down during Dizzy Bat. I guess that's one way to make sure you're the winner. Here's another look at the rest of the West Coast League tonight. We went through some scores during that mound visit, but here's how the series line up. And if you're interested in the playoff race, the Pickles Sweet Series is one of the biggest of this week because Walla Walla is in first place. They're trying to lock down the second half title. Portland is trying to keep pace at 4th place. They're a game behind the Corvallis Knights. And so every game is important down the stretch here, as the only Pippin that did not hit in the first inning, Tommy Lamb, is ahead in the count 1-0. Ridgefield already has the first half title. They're in the playoffs no matter what. But for Yakima Valley's sake, you want to see Walla Walla take down Portland as many times as they want to. And then you need to take care of Corvallis. This is the 3-game series here. A week from today, we'll be in Corvallis. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Tommy. Last time Tommy played was against the Portland Gherkins on the 2nd. He went 2 for 6 in that non-league contest. Staying alive, it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tommy also from Whitworth, so between the Yakima Valley Yaks and the Whitworth Pirates. Is that their mascot? Did I say that right? Yeah. Yes. I went off script. I wasn't looking at anything. Wave and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Colin Novacek. Back to the top of the order for Yakima Valley. But between Whitworth and Yakima Valley, that's kind of the bulk of the roster right now, and you see that from quite a few different squads. You get to the end of the year and guys leave for various reasons, and you have to fill the roster somehow and complete the season, whether you're in the playoffs, you're out of the playoffs, you're the first place team, or you're the last place team. Still got to play baseball. Tyson singled on the first pitch of the game for Colin Novacek. He would later become the first of 3 runs that scored in the first inning. Good to see Tyson get on with a hit. You know he likes the on-base boost with the walks, but getting hits is usually more fun. Bouncer foul right towards Brooke Knight. He's been a busy guy helping track down balls for our ball boy. So much respect for Coach Knight and what he's done here in the West Coast League. Three balls and 1 strike. Brooke Knight, 10 WCL championships in 17 years as the skipper. Tyson will take a walk. He is aboard for the second time today. And Brooke Knight, here are all the titles he has gotten with Corvallis. 2008, 2011, 2013, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 2021, 2022, and 2023. 7 straight division titles from 2008 to 2014. It's just been so impressive to see what Brooke Knight and company have done down in Corvallis with the Knights. Waving a miss by Stone. He struck out swinging back in the first inning.
Show us that koozie, Joe.
Ball gets away on the pickoff attempt. Tyson's going to get an extra 90 feet. He's going to try for third. Here's the throw. It's up the line. 2 extra bases for Tyson Miller. That's a costly 3rd error of the game for Corvallis.
Show us that koozie again, Joe.
It gets fairly deep going down towards the bullpen, but not quite as deep as I think the Knights thought it got. That's an E1. And now Tyson Miller 90 feet away from getting that run back from the top half of this inning. Brandon Stone would love an RBI. He got one of those down in Walla Walla that put the Pippins in front. That was on Tuesday.
Give it up for bad boy Cannon tonight. Way to go, Cannon.
Infield comes in for Corvallis. Outfield playing fairly shallow as well. This towards first. Stone going to try to beat the play, but he will not. Probably smart by Tyson to hold there. Porter was ready to gun home.
Your second baseman, Daichi Furuhata.
Here's Daichi Furuhata. Drawing a walk in the first inning and coming around and scoring. Daichi continues to pad his lead up at the top of the runs scored category. golfs this into left field, and the Pippins got the run back. Furahata on base twice today. 4-1, Yakima Valley. Daichi went down and got it. He's rewarded with an RBI single. And a pretty nice celebration over there with Coach Panch afterward. What'd we do here? Yeah. Parker takes ball 1. Good to see the Pippins offense alive tonight, early on in this game. Parker nubs this off the end of the bat. Cruz onto Porter, and the second inning comes to its conclusion. Yakima Valley gets the run back. Daichi Furahata, an RBI single. We go to the third. Pippins leading by 3.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Top 3 here at County Stadium. Yakima Valley leading it by 3 as they'll face the top of the Corvallis order for the second time, beginning with Diego Cruz. That was almost like a softball running start for Cruz. Like he wanted to slap it down the third base line. Austin Dillon, over 40 pitches now. And this will plunk Diego Cruz. I think it got Diego Davis as well. Double whammy of sorts. The batter hit, then the catcher taking a piece of the ball as well. Let's take a look at it. Probably, yeah, right off the helmet, and then, I don't know. Coach Crustangel asking for the training staff. It almost looked like Diego hurt something when he was reaching up to get the ball. He's grabbing that gloved side arm, it looks like. Can't tell too much from our angle up here in the booth, but he's getting work done on one of his arms. Let's take another look and see if we can figure this out. Pitch comes in right off the helmet, and then did it go off the side of the arm? It was an 85-mile-an-hour pitch from Austin Dillon. Diego says he's all right. He wants to stay in. Probably a little uncomfortable right now as he fixes the glove. I could never be a catcher. I am not tough enough to play that position. Good to see Diego Davis stay in the game. Here's the 2-hole hitter, Maverick Russell. Corvallis finding themselves down here early on. That might mean Diego Cruz has the green light to run at some point. There he goes. Strike there. The tag, not in time. Close play. Stone slapping it down as quick as he could. Here's a look at it. Looks like the hand just barely beat the tag. That's already the third stolen base for Corvallis, technically 4 of them. Bouncing ball, good backhand by Malachi. There's out number 1. Productive for Corvallis. It moves Cruz on to third. Russell 0 for 2 today. That's a good stop by Emery Henderson over there at first. Again, has played a lot of outfield for Yakima Valley. Moving on to the infield today, and now the infield will play in on the right side. Ethan Porter walked back in the first inning. Yakima Valley trying to avoid a bunt over on the right side. They're going to play back on the infield and potentially concede the run if it's pulled to the left. Ethan Porter, 26 runs batted in for Corvallis. He's going to get number 27 as he pokes one into the right side. 4-2 is the score on the RBI single by Ethan Porter. Not very hard hit, only 74 miles an hour off the bat.
Number 17, Dakota Chun.
Diego Cruz scores, and that stolen base again proving pretty vital here for Corvallis. They've gotten their runners into scoring position thanks to stolen bases. Dakota Chun lined out to Emery Henderson to end the first inning. Austin Dillon about to throw his 50th pitch. Double play opportunity here for Yakima Valley. Pippins come into this game with over 70 errors committed, but it's been the Knights so far with 3 miscues that have helped the Pippins take the lead. The Knights, meanwhile, coming into this game with 62 errors. So now they're up to 65. Wave and a miss by Dakota Chun. There's the first strikeout for Austin Dillon tonight. 2 away here in the third. I think the more impressive number fielding-wise for Corvallis is the fact that they've turned 37 double plays. That is 4th place in the West Coast League. AD ahead in the count here. Not seeing much movement for Ethan Porter, the first baseman, one of the lower likely candidates to steal. This is towards the picnic deck, which is vacant right now. There'll be some groups down there during the final 5 or so home games. Well, 5 is what we have left.
Yakima County Stadium, let's make some noise.
Ryan Severns down in the count, 0-2. Out towards short, Stone. He'll complete the play, and the side is retired. 1 run comes home for Corvallis as they cut into the Pippins lead. It's a 2-run ball game going to the bottom of the 3rd.
Who's ready for our next game, folks? We have got a good old-fashioned tug of war. Over here, I've got Kobe, Parker, and Paxton. Over here, I've got Jax, Jasper, and Sawyer. They're going to get their teams lined up. Scott T is going to be our center holder. And remember, Scott T, after you let that go, just take a step back and then each team's goal, pull the whole entire other team past Scott T. You guys ready? On your marks. Get set. Start tugging. Oh, looks like it is very, very, very close. You might want to take a step back, Scott. It's getting close. Oh, no. Now, this is a real tug of war. We might have to call this a draw if we don't get it. Oh, we're getting a little bit more tug action over here. What do we think? It's close. It's close. Oh, I think that's it. Kobe, Paxton, and Parker are our winners. Good job, guys.
Ah, yes, the classic tug of war. Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins leading by 2. They've scored in both innings they've been on offense. Trey Godoy, Malachi Emery Henderson, Diego Davis, the 3 scheduled here against Colin Novacek, who's north of 50 pitches as well. That was pitch number 51 for Novacek. I mentioned he goes to Nebraska. He's not the only Cornhusker on the roster for Corvallis. The Knights usually feature around 2 pitchers. Blake Sebastian is also on the roster for Corvallis. He's listed in the bullpen today. And Will Jeske actually spent a little bit of time with Corvallis. He might still be with the team. On the lineup card, he's listed as number 34, but on the active roster, somebody else has that spot. So I don't know for sure if Jeske is on the club or not. Godoy out of play. The count now 2-2. Hopefully the sun can disappear. I don't want the sun to completely disappear until tomorrow, but I do want it to cool down. Full count now to Godoy. You see the shadows being cast by those banners that we saw on the foul ball. Kind of an interesting layout with how the infield has the sunshine and then the outfield has partial coverage because of the outfield fence. Godoy sends the payoff in the air. Foul territory, making the catch Marasco. Marasco had to run quite a ways to go get that. Here comes Malachi. Emery Henderson popped one up on the infield with the bases loaded and only 1 out. That meant it was an infield fly, and he was automatically out no matter what. Looks like Novacek has taken a little bit off of the fastball. He had 90, 91 in the tank, and that one came in at 86. Right back into the protective netting. Well, now he's back up to 89, so probably just a change in speed. Wave and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout. Malachi Emery Henderson is out number 2. Here's Diego Davis.
Faces number 20, Diego Davis.
Davis reached on the error by Porter at first, which allowed 2 more runs to score for Yakima Valley. So Novacek's line right now, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. One ball and 1 strike. I see some sherbet. That must be really good on a cool day. It's in the helmet down in the section to my left. That's part of State Fair weekend, I think. I wonder if they'd bring me ice cream up to the booth. 3 balls and a strike to the Pippins catcher. There we go. Look at that. That guy's having some trouble getting it to his mouth. We have Dippin' Dots at the ballpark. Add sherbet onto that. That's a pretty good way to beat the heat. Davis draws the 2-out walk. Inning will continue for Yakima Valley. Diego's been on base twice tonight.
Here's your third baseman, number 6, Yash Gupta.
Here's Yash Gupta. He flew out to center field to end the first inning. Runners were at the corners at the time. He has a man aboard here. First pitch strike from Novacek. We'll see what Yakima Valley does bullpen-wise. This gets away from Chun. Diego Davis advances 90 feet. That might be a passed ball. It was a breaking ball, but it looked to be in an area where Chun could handle it. And indeed, it is a passed ball. Wave and a miss. Gupta with a man in scoring position. Pippins trying to score in every inning so far. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Colin Novacek punches out his 4th. We go to the 4th. Yakima Valley leading 4-2.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Middle innings here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins leading it 4-2 after suffering a couple of losses the last few nights. Corvo in town for the first time. We will go down to Corvallis here a week from today. Blake the ball boy is having some issues getting a loose pearl over the netting. We're about to start play. He's got one opportunity. Here's the new ball boy. Yeah, right towards me, right here. Blake with his hands in the air like, man, I could have done that. Good to see the ball boys get in on some of the fun here. Pippins' bullpen has started working. Austin Dillon at 55 pitches through 3 innings. He fires in a first pitch strike to Zane Garvey. This is the 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters for Corvallis. Garvey flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning. He'll put it in the right side again, this time for Malachi. Dillon able to get on the bag. 1 down here in the 4th. That'll help Austin stay in the game a little longer. He went almost 100 pitches the last time he threw, so you know he's got it in the tank. But Yakima Valley also has Nathaniel Carano well rested and ready to go today. First pitch swinging, Daichi makes a running grab. Kellen Siegel out on the first pitch. Good to see Furahada back in the field. That will also help Austin stay in this game. Good catch, Daichi. Quickly 2 down, here's Tate Hammond. I count 3 pitches right now for Austin Dillon. The 4th one misses, and so Hammond will be ahead in the count. Tate Hammond had the sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning that got Corvallis on the board. He scored Ryan Severns. Two balls and no strikes. Well, Nathaniel Carano has started warming up, so we'll see how short or how long the leash is for Austin Dillon. Bunt drop down. Dillon with a chance. Dillon out by a half a step. Austin Dillon fields his position perfectly, and he is through 4 innings with the lead. Here's another look at the attempted bunt. A nice dart onto first for the out.
My experience at West Coast League was fun. You know, there's a big difference going from California over there to Walla Walla, Washington. And the crowds were actually really good for such a small town. They really showed up for us, and everybody was very welcoming. It was an awesome experience.
How much does speed play a factor in your game here?
Oh, it's a huge factor. Ball in the gap or just even a C&I single. If you get out of the box good, you can even try and stretch to a double sometimes.
Durant hits that hard into the gap. Here goes Durant. He's blazing around second. Into third. It's a 2-run triple. Jaron Durant, a triple to the gap in right center.
For me, that summer was about embracing new teammates and embracing new challenges, because you're seeing different types of pitchers and it's really fast-paced, a lot of bunting, some new positions, new skills. Kind of helps with leadership and getting to know guys, and it was a good development for me in a lot more aspects than I expected. That was some of the best coaching staff that I've had. Back then I was a second baseman. I thought if I just played really good second base, I'd be able to stay there, but they better use me in the outfield, which is awesome. I'm loving it now.
On the defensive side, you've been making some pretty good plays. You've been playing really all over the field now.
Hit coming on Durant, diving ahead, he's got it. What can he do at this point? Wow, changing the game both offensively and defensively, that's huge.
JD's one of my best friends in the organization. He's just such a hard worker. He's super intense on the field, but he's completely different off of it. He's really laid back, relaxed, loves to have fun, brings such a good rapport and demeanor to the clubhouse. There's so many great things to say about him and the way that he goes about his business.
Tommy Lamb, a swing and a miss on the first pitch of the bottom of the 4th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Pippins. Colin Novacek back to work for Corvallis. Tommy struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Pippins about to begin their 3rd trip through the lineup already, as they will get through at least 4 with the lead, trying to extend. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lamb. That was a very quick inning pitched by Austin Dillon. Hopefully he's able to go out for the 5th and then leave the final 4 up to Carano. Tommy out of play. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes still. I think the most interesting part of this game so far is 6 combined runs, only 3 combined hits. 3 errors committed by Corvallis already. Certainly has not been the most routine baseball game. Yakima Valley will take it, though. Take advantage of those errors. Another left-hander warming up for Corvallis. The count now full. Looks like Carano lost a baseball down in the bullpen, so we'll have to wait to get this pitch underway for a couple more seconds. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3. Tommy crowds the plate. That one right on the inside part. 1 down. Tommy Lamb struck out twice. Decent location for Novacek. Tyson Miller's been on base twice. He has scored twice. Big cut and a miss on the first offering from Novacek. Looks like the left-hander up for Corvallis is James Colella. One ball and 1 strike. They only have 2 lefties listed in their bullpen, Colella and then Neil Burtis. One ball and 2 strikes. That was a quick passing glance at the koozies they're giving out tonight. Haas Hops is in the building. Certain purchases of certain beverages will get you that koozie. Tyson in play, deep in the hole. Severns on the run. Tyson beats it. That'll be an infield single for Miller. Severns had to go deep into the hole. One more look at this. Tyson's got 2 hits tonight. Amazing Jeter-like play by Severns. There's those koozies. Now the Pippins going to get together and have an offensive meeting. Let's take a look. Yeah, there you go. Got the Yakima Valley word mark and Haas Hops as well. I might have to snag one of those. Coach Crustangel calling the offense together to try to manufacture a couple more runs. You've got Brandon Stone, Daichi Furuhata scheduled to hit. This game pretty important standings-wise. Yakima Valley sitting in 5th place overall. Corvallis sitting in 3rd place. A win today for Yakima Valley makes them 20-23. The Knights would be 22-21. Portland is playing Walla Walla tonight, and if Walla Walla can take care of business, that also brings Yakima Valley a game closer to 4th place. And it's really important to scoreboard watch this time of year. You've got Walla Walla with 6 games against Portland, Yakima Valley 6 games against Corvallis. A lot can happen over the last couple of weeks. We're about to that time of year where you start calculating magic numbers and figuring out how many games left until you can officially say you're either in or out. I think we'll get our first round of those maybe tomorrow. Stone nearly hit on the back foot. Of course, you can do the math yourself. The number of games back you are from a team, you take that out of the number of games remaining, that's your magic number. 2-2 here to Stone. Two. Tyson's off. Wave and a miss. The throw down, pops away. Tyson Miller has been a demon on the base pads. 2 stolen bases. He also advanced twice thanks to an error. If that stays in the glove of Cruz, they might have a chance, but Tyson able to sneak in. 2 outs, man in scoring position for Daichi Furuhata. High and deep out towards left. Marasco going back, still back. This bounces on the track. Tyson will score. Daichi replaces him at second. Taco time in Yakima. 5-2 Pippins. Daichi just missed a home run over the Tieton Cider sign by about 2 feet. Marasco couldn't wrangle it, crashing into the wall, and with 2 outs, Miller was going to run no matter what. This might be the end of the night for Colin Novacek. The return of Daichi Furuhata, a single, a double, 2 RBI, and a walk. Novacek will exit. The call to the bullpen, it looks, has been made as Derek Dunbar goes and greets the new pitcher. We'll be right back. The Pippins lead it 5-2 here in the 4th.
College summer ball is a blast. Playing baseball and going all over the Pacific Northwest is beautiful in the summertime. Great league, fun cities to travel to, great weather, fun ballparks. Give me a kind of like a taste of what it was like to play professional baseball with the schedule, playing every day, taking long bus rides. Made a lot of good friends on those teams, and a couple big leaguers on my team. Matt Duffy, Matt Boyd. You get to meet guys from all over the country, come together for a couple months in the summertime. All try to get better and push each other, and a lot of good memories looking back on that summer in Corvallis.
Fuel the adrenaline is coming out now.
Yeah, Mitch Henniger on the mound.
He was a key piece of our club that season, and he was one of the most talented, if not the most talented position player on the field at that time. And Mitchie, he was going through some early struggles, mostly due to the fact that his lower back was tight and sore all the time. And coming off his freshman season at Cal Poly, he was shy.
Who was your first kiss?
I don't even remember.
We had a pink bat day, a breast cancer awareness day. Next thing you know, Mitch comes up and he hits one out of the park, and he ended up not letting go of that pink bat for a couple of weeks. I mean, I think he went on a tear, maybe 5 or 6 home runs in the next 10 or 12 games, and it was really neat to see kind of that turnaround, and kind of came out of his shell a little bit more.
Yeah, summer ball days, it's hard to get your hands on a good bat, so once you got one, you just ride with it. We were blessed to play, OSU and Corvallis, and what a great, little college town that was, and it just prepares you for professional baseball. I think it was such a valuable experience for me to go through in college, and it definitely helped me in the minor leagues.
Welcome back to Yakima County Stadium. New pitcher in the game for the Corvallis Knights. It's James Colella. 2 innings, 18 ERA. They're talking about me on the PA, so I've got to pause here and listen to what they're saying about me. They're talking about the calibration on the T-shirt cannon. I just got to point out the facts. I can't skip over facts. It hasn't been calibrated right. Hopefully we'll get it right tonight. 4th game for Colella. He's also been used as a hitter. He's got 5 at-bats. They redeemed the taco coupons. They said that the contest winner was me, and that is true. I've used quite a few of our Doritos Locos Tacos coupons. Parker swinging first pitch and sending it out of play. 86 pitches for Colin Novacek. He goes 3 2/3 innings. Has given up all 5 runs to this point on only 4 hits. He had 5 strikeouts as well. 4 walks. Daichi stands at second after his second hit of the day. 0-2 quickly to Parker Burt.
Drew, next year I think we should make full beer bath koozies. I agree.
So Brook Knight goes from one southpaw to another. This one seems to have a little bit less zip on every pitch. Where Novacek was throwing 89 to 90, Colella looks to be 85 to 86. Down and in, 2-2. Oh my goodness. Something just got delivered to my booth. This tells you that they're listening. Haas Hops, I think, has just been delivered to the booth. This is an experimental brew that they're having me try. It's the experimental pale ale. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I wouldn't have been able to do this last year, by the way. I was not of drinking age. The question is, Shay, is do I wait until the half inning or do we just take a sip now and hope Parker Burt doesn't do anything? Ball 4 to Burt. Might have to go to the center field can. Here, let me walk over there. I don't usually condone drinking, but let's flip this around. We got to try the pale ale. All right. Oh, Shay's got one too. All right, are we on? All right, cheers, Shay. Let's try this. That's really good. That's really good. Thanks, Haas Hops. Oh, we were never on? Shay. This is why we can't give you anything to drink while we're on the air. Godoy plunked. Bases are loaded for Yakima Valley. Another opportunity for Malachi to hit with the bases loaded. This is going to bring Corvallis back out to the hill and have a quick visit. Okay, this gives us a chance to try the pale ale and actually get it on camera. Come on, Shay. All right, I'm going to stand over here until I see that the camera's live. There we go. All right, now I know we're live. Cheers, Shay. That is really good. Experimental pale ale.
Shout out Haas. Great work.
Haas Hops, thank you so much. Keeping us refreshed here on a warm day.
Hey, Dia and Mark, do you know what I'm smelling up here? It smells like steak.
Don't worry, I've got my water too. You're not going to lose your broadcaster. Drink responsibly, everybody. Meeting over. Pippins leading by 3. Bases loaded, trying to add some more. Daichi really wanted to take off, but it was a good stop by Chun to keep that at home plate.
I think baseball is the best.
Shay, could you have imagined if we had done that last weekend when Portland fans were in the stream? 2 balls and no strikes. I know there was a comment left after the video that said all of the cider ads that we run was making one of them just drunk by looking at it. Malachi back towards the stands. This is dying onto the front row. Heads up.
Stick that baseball on a koozie.
Cal Raleigh uniform ends up with the ball. Careful, they might still be listening. 3 balls and a strike here to Emory Henderson. The Pippins trying to add on to a 3-run lead. Right-handed action up and moving for the Corvallis Knights. Ball 4, an RBI walk for Emory Henderson. It's 6-2 Yakima Valley. Well, this isn't healthy, Shay. The Pippins score right after we take a sip of pale ale.
Time to raise those koozies for number 20, Diego Davis.
Base is still loaded, 2 down. Here's Diego Davis. Brooke Knight making his way back out to the hill. This might be the end of the line for Colella. Derek Dunbar heading out towards the bullpen to get the new arm in. We're going to have another sip of the pale ale. We'll talk to you on the other side of this pitching change. Yakima Valley leads at 6-2.
The West Coast League, definitely has its place in baseball and produces some serious talent. I was a preferred walk-on at UC Santa Barbara. I ended up making the team and actually cracking the starting rotation my freshman year. As most freshman pitchers do, I had a little bit of a short leash, and so after that year, I was able to transition into the West Coast League and get a few more innings in there as well. It was a great place for me to get my feet wet after my first collegiate season, to go out there, compete against other college prospects and college arms and some real good bats as well. I met some great guys and made some great friends and really enjoyed the competition. It's definitely a special thing to be able to still be a college kid but focus completely on baseball. Even if it's just a few weeks or months, the experience goes a long way. I only threw 37 innings, not like MVP Eli Morgan with his 80-plus innings. Did he get any MVP votes? Well, he should have.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Slowed him down early and put him away with the foul.
I went to Yakima in 2014, graduated high school, and 3 days later I was in the middle of Washington. Not really sure what I was getting into. It was a very late decision. I got a walk-on spot at Gonzaga really late that year and was told right around graduation time that they wanted me to go up there and play in this college league, and I didn't know it at the time, but having gone through it, it was a complete minor league baseball feel. It was just all first experiences for me, first time busting through the night, getting in at like 6 a.m. There was nothing but entourage on the bus. Entourage! So that was the only thing our coach would play for us, and it's a lot of foggy memories, try to sleep through the night, get woken up to that theme song just blaring at 4 a.m. and it's a very disorienting feeling, but I do like entourage still. Playing in Yakima was really cool. That stadium felt big league. I mean, the giant wall, all the sponsors on the board, it just felt very proper, and the fans were into it, and we did well that year, so it all molded to a very fun season.
Just trying to stay even keel, just trust my stuff, and not much more than that.
7-0, he's tied for the league lead in wins. He also has the league record now in wins.
My pitch coach, Bobby Wells, was great. Sort of an old school feel, but was in touch with some new school teachings. You knew that he knew what he was talking about because he's done it. I think experience is the best teacher. And it wasn't until the very end of the season where he told me something that he wanted to stick with me. And he's like, I'm going to tell you this during the year because you're doing your thing. But he wanted me to point my toe at the ground as I was making my leg kick. And that's something I do now. But all of it was just new experiences.
Pippins still threatened here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Diego Davis greets the new pitcher rudely and plates one for now. Here comes Godoy. He will score. 2 RBI single for Diego Davis against the new arm Jack Galanita, and the Pippins lead it 8-2. Good night for Diego Davis. Reached on an error that brought home 2 runs, drew a walk, and now a 2 RBI single. 92 off the bat for Davis as Burt and Godoy both score. Jack Galanita from George Fox. He spent 3 seasons with the Bruins. His first pitch to Yash Gupta is a called ball. This is the 9th Pippin to hit here in the 4th inning. Two balls and no strikes. Galanita has been one of the more used arms for Brooke Knight. This is game number 18 of work. He's pitched in 32 2/3 innings. He's got a 3-1 record with a 5.23 ERA. Fouled at the plate, 2-1. You can close the book on Colin Novacek. The first 2 runs that scored in this inning belong to him. Man at second belongs to Colella. Diego Davis belongs to Galanita over at first. Out towards right, Hammond drifting. He'll put it away, and the side will be retired. Yakima Valley scores 4 runs. They double their lead from 4-2. Now it's 8-2. To the 5th inning we go. Here's the t-shirt cannon we were talking about.
You got this, Drew. Drew, that's why I said what I said. Fix it. I speak the truth. Just too high, Drew. Just for the win. Never give it Drew. Drew, there we go. All right, Blake. Forever-ending battle, man. The forever-ending battle of Drew versus Blake will never stop. Harmon was talking trash again, man. I think we might have to try another inning, maybe the 8th inning.
Top of the 5th inning here at Yakima County Stadium. After an extended break, Austin Dillon is back out to work to try to get through 5 with a 6-run lead. He'll do so against 9-1-2 in the Corvallis order, starting with Joey Marasco. 61 pitches is all that Austin has thrown, and with the bigger lead, you might be willing to let him go a couple more innings. Starts off with a strike. 0-1. You might have picked it up on the crowd mic. Drew missed a couple of t-shirts, so I had to go out and defend myself on our public address microphone. If you don't want the smoke, don't stand next to the fire. One ball and 2 strikes here to Joey Marasco, who flew out to left field. Man, it's a fun Friday night here at the Orchard. I don't know if it's the heat that's got everybody feeling good or what it is, but I'm having fun. Out towards the gap in left center field, this will plug it. Godoy all the way to the warning track, and that's where Marasco will stop at second with a leadoff double. Pretty well located, pretty well hit baseball. 92 off the bat. So we go back to the top of the Corvallis order. Diego Cruz does not have an at-bat tonight. He's walked. He has been hit by a pitch. Not only are we having fun here at the ballpark, but I've got food and beverage galore. I've got a cheeseburger sitting next to me. There's a couple of waters. We've got the Haas Experimental Pale Ale that we continue to sip on. Great night at the ballpark, in my opinion. And the Pippins are winning. 8-2 the score. Yakima Valley trying to set the tone in this 3-game series. This is the first of 6 games. So if you come out and win game 1 handily, then you have the rest of the weekend this weekend to try to solidify that series win. And then a week from today, we begin the series down in Corvallis. Back up the box and down into center field for a knock. Brook Knight gives the wave. Here's the throw from Lamb. Malachi relays too late. A run-scoring single for Diego Cruz. Back-to-back hits here in the 5th inning for Corvallis. Tommy Lamb getting this one back in quickly. And now Ethan Salscheider's going to head out to the hill to chat with Austin Dillon. Nathaniel Carano has been tossing and moving around in the Pippins bullpen for the last couple of innings. He's probably warm and just trying to stay ready for what could possibly be an extended relief outing here in Game 1.
Shout out to Central Washington Pediatric Dentistry for sponsoring our Family Zone. Hope your kids are having a wonderful time over on the inflatables. There we've got some carnival games. We've got some basketball, Astro, and darts. So enjoy some fun inflatable games up there.
Around the league tonight, here are the scores as we stand right now in the West Coast League. Every game is in progress, except for one. Springfield beat Marion down at Hamlin Sports Complex 6-1. Top of the 8th in Edmonton, 5-0 Riverhawks. Bottom of the 6th in Port Angeles, Nanaimo leads at 4-1. Top of the 6th in Victoria, Kamloops is on top 5-1. Top 5 in Ridgefield, Bend leading at 5-3. Wenatchee leads Bellingham 8-5. And the top of the 3rd down in Portland, the Pickles lead at 3-0. After the visit from Salsa, here is the first pitch to Maverick Russell. That one only went about 55 feet. The throw sails out towards Daichi. Stolen base for Diego Cruz. Good backup by Furuhata. Another example of Brook Knight and company using the stolen base as a weapon here. They have been extremely active on the base paths. 5-run lead for Yakima Valley after the RBI single by Diego Cruz. Three 3-0 from Austin Dillon. Salsa peering down towards the Pippins bullpen, checking to see if Nathaniel Carano is ready. AD continues to fight. That's strike one. Too far off. That's ball four. Corvallis has him first and second with nobody out. That'll bring up the three-hole hitter, Ethan Porter. That'll send Diego Davis out to the hill to have a quick chat with Austin Dillon. Yakima Valley likely buying time here to try to get Nathaniel Carano one or two more warm-up pitches in the bullpen. You'd love to see AD get through 5 and qualify for a decision, especially with a 5-run lead. He was able to get the win his last time out against the Portland Pickles, going 6 innings without allowing a run. He threw 98 pitches in that start. Austin going to have to lock in here. Davis back behind the crouch, and now here comes Coach Crustangel. Austin Dillon's night will be over. Goes into the 5th inning, but does not record an out. The motion made down to the pin. Nathaniel Carano coming up next. AD, a good start here on a Friday night. Pippins lead by 5.
Summer ball just, it has that romantic kind of energy. The sun's out, you get to really enjoy your summer. You're still playing baseball, something you love, but at the same time, you get those precious off days. You get to go out and hang out with your boys, and it's cool. It's really unique because you're playing with guys all over America who you would never have an opportunity to play with, but you create these really long forming friendships that, I still talk to those guys. The people that you meet is amazing, the host families that you have. We had something really special, man. It was baseball at its purest, and not only did we all love the game, we loved each other, and we were playing just to play another game. It wasn't we have to win the series. It was just like we just want to play another game with each other. I played for the Corvallis Knights, home field of the Beavers, where I went to school at Oregon State. I knew a lot of guys that played there before. Nick Madrigal. I played with Adley, Zach Taylor. Playing for the Knights felt like an honor. The West Coast League is a great place to play some ball. I mean, you got some premier pitchers out there. I thought the quality of pitchers in the West Coast League was just as good as our college season. I think there's some leagues where it's just like get your reps, get out of there, but you're there to win every single game. The coaches care, the fans care. It's a real fun environment, but competitive at the same time. Summer ball is just its own kind of beast. There's people who are just Corvallis Knights fans. I tell them oh, excited for the Oregon State season, and they really couldn't care less. They're all about the Corvallis Knights season, and we had a winning tradition up to that point, so they expected us to win. They have fans love their baseball. They're knowledgeable as well. We had a bunch of kids there. That was always a bunch of fun. It was definitely a really cool experience.
Nathaniel Carano, the new pitcher into the game for Yakima Valley. Austin Dillon goes 4+ innings, working into the 5th, but not getting an out. Carano, been one of the best bullpen arms in the West Coast League all season. 29 innings pitched in 10 games. 38 strikeouts for only 8 walks. He has a 3.10 ERA, giving up 10 earned runs, 1 for every game he's pitched in. His last outing for Yakima Valley was just a little bit rockier than normal. Carano giving up 2 runs on 5 hits in 3 2/3 innings against the Portland Pickles on the 19th of July. Before that, he'd only given up a combined 3 runs in his last 11 2/3 innings. First pitch is strike right there at the bottom of the zone. Austin Dillon goes 73 pitches. The Pippins likely trying to get him out because he's going to have to pitch on regular to short rest. AD slated for a couple more starts as we finish out the year. Ethan Porter couldn't catch up to 92. He falls behind 0-2. As it stands right now, Dillon's next start would be down in Corvallis, or maybe game 3 against Springfield. Hit by pitch. Diego Davis really wanted to gun down the runner over there at third, but stolen bases erased, bases loaded on a hit batter. That'll bring up Dakota Chunt. Toronto going to have to limit damage. 2 of the 3 runs belong to Austin Dillon out there on the pads. You like the high strikeout numbers for Nate, but at this point, you just love outs here in the 5th inning. You lead by 5. Your offense has been clicking so far today. Down the left field line, out of play. Somebody over there, that guy in the red shirt, is successfully downing an entire cup full of that pale ale. Is he going 2 for 2? I hope not. That's a lot. Fastball upstairs. That is Haas Hops over there. That is their group. They're the ones that provided me and Shay with the drink. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There he goes. I do not condone jugging a beer, but that was pretty cool. For legal reasons, my lawyer... No, I'm just kidding. Three balls and 2 strikes here. Carano in danger of issuing a bases-loaded walk. Here's the payoff. Through the left side, this is a hit. 1 run scores, everybody else station to station. Godoy with a slight bobble. So now it's 8-3, 8-4. Yeah, 8-4, I was right. 1 run had already scored in this inning. Don't know why I double guessed myself there. RBI single for Dakota Chun. Out of play foul. The man that scored, Diego Cruz, now over at third is Maverick Russell. Standing at second is Ethan Porter. The double play is in order. Nobody out. You'd love to see something on the ground here at a Pippins infielder.
Let's make some noise.
Carano looking for that first strikeout. Got him looking. Ryan Severn's frozen on a breaking ball. 1 away here in the 5th. Now a double play gets you out of the side. This is Zane Garvey. On the day for Garvey, 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Nice breaking ball by Carano. Garvey had his knees buckled there. Four runs on 4 hits for Corvallis, 8 runs on 5 hits for Yakima Valley. The Knights have 3 errors. Out of play on the left side. Good thing they parked all of the RVs and campers closer to the Sun Dome the opposite way. Otherwise, that would be an expensive foul ball. I wonder if any of the trailers when the circus was over there ended up with a souvenir. Another knee-buckling breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nathaniel Carano. That looks like nasty Nate. Here's Kellen Siegel. That's good. Siegel's Stop It Now. The bad lip reading of Star Wars Episode 5 with Kellen Siegel in the batter's box. Wave and a miss, strike one. Siegel spells his last name S-E-G-E-L. Not like the bird. That is genius. A little bit of fun word play. Blown right by, it's 0-2. Nathaniel Carano's got the juices flowing right now. No balls, 2 strikes, trying to strike out the side. On the ground, Nasty Nate has it. The flip to Malachi, and we are through the halfway point. Carano gives up a hit by pitch and a single, but then gets 3 quick outs to limit the damage. Halfway home here at County Stadium, Pippins lead by 4.
First one to the opposite foul line is our winner. You guys ready? The $1 race will begin in 3, 2, 1, go! Here comes my winner. I think the core with the NFL blood has got the lead. Come on, Wiener. Slow. It's gonna be close. Oh! It's the winner. The winner. You are the winner by the years. Give it up for Michael and the winner costume. Coach Preston, sign that guy a contract. Right now. We got fans over here calling for an instant replay. Feeling corn got robbed. Make some noise if you think corn got robbed. Make some noise if you think the wiener dog is truly the GOAT. And make some noise if you think Scott T is the hottest mascot in America.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Yakima County Stadium. The smoke has come and gone. The temperatures slowly start to cool off, and it's a good ball game between the Pippins and the Corvallis Knights. The Knights ended up with 2 runs on 3 hits, but they left the bases loaded in the top half of the 5th inning. Nathaniel Carano gives up a hit and a hit by pitch, but then 2 strikeouts and a ground out to get out of the inning. Still pitching for Corvallis is Jack Galanita. Tommy Lamb swinging first pitch and sending it right onto the ramp over there on the first base side. The Pippins sent 9 to the plate in the 4th inning, scoring 4 runs on 3 hits, trying to recreate that here. One ball and 1 strike. Galanita from Lake Balboa, California, has a spring ERA and 3 seasons at George Fox of 6.38. Tommy out to short. Severns makes the play. Tommy's the first out of an inning for the 3rd time tonight. He's just had some tough luck. This man, Tyson Miller, has had the exact opposite. He has been on 3 times, 2 of them hits. Singles in the 1st and 4th inning for Tyson. A walk in the 2nd. He has scored 3 of the Pippins' 8 runs. Tyson yesterday also was on a bunch. He drew 4 walks, he reached on a fielder's choice, and he struck out. Losing effort yesterday for the Pippins. Tyson just continues to be one of the best at getting on base. Brandon Stone waiting on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Out towards left. Tyson will find another base hit. 3 for 3 on the night for Miller.
Let's keep it going with number 9, shortstop Brandon Stone.
Another one out towards left field. His one in the first inning was in off the hands out to left field. Tyson has stolen 2 bases. He's also advanced to third on a pickoff error when he was standing on first base. Stone cannot catch up to the changeup, 0-1. Tyson only about a step off the bag, but he is chased back anyway. Very lively, engaged crowd tonight. This is the final Friday night at home, believe it or not. The Pippins will spend the final Friday of the regular season down in Corvallis, playing game 1 against these Knights down there at Goss Stadium. The next Friday is the start of the playoffs. And if you're unfamiliar with the playoff format in the West Coast League, the teams that make it will play 3-game series, best of 3, during the opening weekend. The winners from that will play a 1-game divisional championship. And then the winners of those, one from the north, one from the south, will end up as the West Coast League champion. So it's Friday through Sunday, not next weekend, but the weekend after. And then an off day Monday. The divisionals are on Tuesday. Tyson taking off. Stone puts it in play. Pip's going to stay out of the double play here. Brandon Stone is out number 2. Very slow ground ball, 58 miles an hour. Coach Crustangel asking Coach Panch to come across the field and discuss something with Daichi and Tyson. Another offensive meeting used here by the Pippins. Parker Burke going to get in on the action as well. But again, Tuesday, following the opening weekend of the playoffs, is the 1-game divisional. And then the Thursday following that is the 1-game championship game. Discussion continues here for Yakima Valley on offense. The last time we did this with Tyson at second and Daichi in the box, it resulted in an RBI double for Furuhata that he barely missed, leaving the yard out towards left field. Daichi's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBI. Galanita approaching the 20 pitch mark. Nobody up and throwing for Corvallis. Daichi made him throw a strike. Well, just as I say that, a couple of bodies take off their warm-ups and start heading for the bags. Looks like a right-hander will be tossing for the Knights. Tapper to the mound. Galanita on the run. That is out number 3. 5 innings in the books here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins lead by 4 on top of the Corvallis Knights.
Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Here's a look at the remaining schedule for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Hard to believe that I can say that. The remaining schedule. This weekend against Corvallis, 6:35 tomorrow, 5:05 on Sunday. An off day Monday, and then the final 3 home games of the season against the Springfield Drifters, 6:35 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday, 7:05 on Thursday for fireworks night, and then the Pippins are on the road Friday through Wednesday at Corvallis and at Portland. Nathaniel Carano out to work in a clean inning here. First pitch to Tate Hammond is a called strike. Hammond, the only man that did not hit in the 5th inning for Corvallis. The Knights have scored 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 5th. To get to 4, the Pippins 3 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th. Carano just misses, 2-1. Nice looking breaking ball, 2-2. Still a fairly sticky night at the ballpark. We started the game at 99. It says 88. Oh, wait, that's the wrong town. That's Walla Walla. Hang on. First a wave and a miss. 3rd strikeout for Carano as Tate Hammond down swinging. Here in Yakima, let's make sure we're at the right place. 90 degrees. Humidity sitting at 24%. Winds have died down from the 24 miles an hour at the start to 9 miles an hour, and thankfully the smoke has cleared off as well. I think that fire down by the south part of town has been extinguished or at least contained. Good start for Carano here against Joey Marasco. Marasco today 1 for 2, doubled in the 5th and scored on an RBI single by Diego Cruz. Even count. Red flag warning is in effect tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. High winds and higher temperatures, although it's only supposed to be around 89. That 89 miles an hour is going to feel like the polar ice caps after the week we've had down in Walla Walla. And today, 99 degrees at first pitch. It was 99 degrees a couple of nights ago down in W squared. Low temperatures going to be around 60 degrees every night. Two and two from Carano. High chop off the apron. Gupta's first chance at the hot corner. I'd say he passes the test. 2 down here in the 6th. Brings up Diego Cruz. This was a nice play by Gupta to recover after the high bounce. 0-2 quickly here to the leadoff man, Diego Cruz. Carano trying to get back to the dugout and get his offense back out there for the bottom half of the 6th. Just past 2 hours into the ball game. We started at 6:34. It is 8:38. 0-2 to Cruz. Changeup from Nathaniel Carano. Out of the 3 pitches he uses, that's probably the least used. He goes fastball, then breaking ball, then changeup. Still ahead in the count. Hanging or breaking ball rather. Good thing that wasn't fair. That wasn't a very good call. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was definitely a hanging breaking ball. If I was on radio, I could have gotten away with saying changeup, but you can see the movement of the ball. Lifted to center. Tommy going back. He will square and make the grab. Nathaniel Carano threw his first clean inning of relief. A 1-2-3 at that. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-4 Yakima Valley.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
Couple years.
Oh, no, it is a 2. Romero will not be going home any cash tonight. However, he will be going home with a free spot from our sponsor, Legends Casino Hotel. Give it up for our player tonight, Romero, folks.
Scotty, I need a dance battle with Blake right now. What do you got, Scotty? Blake's throwing you up right now. That pitch for the Knights, number 4. Matthew Kasterka.
It is definitely one of those hot summer nights. Pippins leading 8-4. New pitcher into the game for the Corvallis Knights. This is Matthew Kasterka. Kasterka from Lower Columbia College. He wears number 4. He is committed to play at Western Kentucky, and Parker Burt greets him rudely. Yakima Valley not waiting against these new pitchers for Corvallis. Diego Davis brought Galanita into the game with a 2 RBI single. Now Parker Burt earns a base hit off of Kasterka. 19 pitches for Galanita. Parker gets his first hit of the night. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Trey Godoy. This is Brennan Aoki, another new addition for Yakima Valley. He is also from Whitworth. So hopefully everything's all right with Godoy. '87 misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Brennan Aoki from Puyallup, Washington. That ball discarded by Kasterka. .222 batting average with Whitworth. 10 games, including 2 starts. He had 2 hits with the Pirates. Two and 1 the count now. So Godoy ends his night 0 for 2. 3 balls and a strike here to Aoki. Godoy reached on an error and flew out in foul territory. Over top. Man aboard. Parker moves up to second. Kozdurka buzzing the tower here against Aoki. Goes down as a base on balls. Here's Malachi Emery Henderson. Malachi has come up to hit tonight with runners on ahead of him twice. Both times the bases were loaded. This time it's first and second with nobody out. Pippins trying to extend the lead. Very high out towards center field. The left fielder Marasco, the center fielder Siegel. It's Marasco who calls off his captain of the outfield. One of those that Siegel kind of looked at him afterward and said, "I'm glad you caught it, but I think I had a beat on it." Here's Diego Davis, the catcher. We'll have to pay attention when Yakima Valley goes out defensively to see where Aoki goes. Aoki is listed as an infielder. Two balls and no strikes. You've got a couple of guys that can play the outfield on the bench. Jay O'Neill, Luis Garcia. Tapper to second. Cruz feeds it onto first. Corvallis gets a double play. Yakima Valley leaves one over at third. Parker Burt does not come around, and it's getting late here in Yakima. Top of the 7th is next. It's a 4-run game.
I was scheduled to go to the West Coast League out of high school, and then the draft happened, so there was a slow process deciding whether to sign or not, and then eventually I didn't. My whole senior year, I was like, oh yeah, summer will be cool. I was nervous for it, but I was also very excited. The group of guys that we had there was special. You know, I was jumping into a new group of kind of older guys. Most of them were a year or two older than me. It was really good for me being like a younger player. They kind of showed me the ropes of what college baseball and summer ball was about, and it really helped me through that whole process.
First pitch, McLean, deep center!
I think hitting with bats every day was different. Playing every day that consistent was different for me. Coming from high school, the competition was good. It was a good introduction to Pac-12 baseball. You got guys throwing every day who are top of the rotation guys in college, Friday night guys, Saturday night guys, and get to face that as a senior going into a freshman year was really an advantage for me because it really made me get better and realize I need to get better quick. But it was a lot of fun. You know, everyone in Bellingham welcomed me with open arms, and it was a great first summer ball experience. I couldn't ask for anything more. My host family was so awesome. I mean, the Ayers, I still talk with them like weekly, maybe once every 2 weeks. To form that connection, that relationship that I still have with them and other teammates, I'll remember those for the rest of my life. Bellingham fans, thank you guys for always supporting me. I really appreciate it. You guys made it special for me.
Brennan Aoki remains in the game for Yakima Valley, out in left field, replacing Trey Godoy. Hopefully everything all right with Trey. Top of the 7th inning. Pippins lead it by 4. Nathaniel Carano still out there and looking to continue to shove. A 1-2-3 inning worked in the 6th inning. And folks listening in, that is the first 1-2-3 inning that involves the Yakima Valley Pippins, either defensively or offensively, since Wednesday night's game in the 9th inning. There were base runners galore yesterday between Walla Walla and Yakima Valley. In fact, there are so many that I actually haven't tabulated them in my scorebook because that's a lot of counting. Two balls and no strikes here to Maverick Russell, the 2-hole hitter. The combined left on base number yesterday for the two teams, 28. Corvallis behind in the count here, 3-0. 28 base runners were left on between Yakima Valley and Walla Walla yesterday in a game that finished 16-8. Ball 4. Maverick Russell draws a 4-pitch walk. Here comes Ethan Porter. So again, that 1-2-3 frame pitched by Corvallis, the first one since the top of the 9th inning down in Walla Walla on July 22nd. The Pippins were set down in order 1-2-3. That's 5 straight that have missed here by Nathaniel Corvallis. There he gets a strike. Maybe that'll settle him in. So far tonight, Corvallis has left 6 men on. They have a 7th over at first base. The Pippins have left 8 men aboard. Big hack by Porter, coming up empty. So it certainly has been a very active game offensively for these two teams. Taking a look at that score there in Portland, Walla Walla may have just bested Yakima Valley, but the Sweets have become the Pippins' best friend now. Just a touch off, 2-2. Any Walla Walla win against Portland, Yakima Valley will certainly take, especially if the score tonight can hold. Corvallis came into the game 22-20, Portland 21-21, Yakima Valley 19-23. Breaking ball away from Davis. The count runs full. Moving up to second is Maverick Russell. Corvallis looking for his 4th strikeout of the night. How about a line drive right past him? Daichi not going to have a play at third, so he'll just settle for the 1 out over at first. Corvallis almost got that. We'll see how close this actually was. Ugh. That might have turned into a double play had he got it in the glove. Here's Dakota Chun. Close pitch. Called ball 1 by Perry Schofield. Was talking with this umpiring crew before the game. They head down to Bend after the off day on Monday. And then field umpire Derek Dunbar actually said he's done for the summer. After that Bend series Tuesday through Thursday. Good breaking ball, got the swing and miss from Chun. 2 balls and a strike. Corvallis has slowly gotten back into this game. The 2 spot in the 5th inning, that's the last score anybody's had. And the difference between a 4-run lead and a 3-run lead feels almost completely different. A 3-run lead is a save situation. A 4-run lead is not. Breaking ball left upstairs. And so you'd be okay with a sacrifice fly here because you still lead by 3, but you know in the back of your mind that Corvallis is just a couple of bloops and a blast away from tying the game. How about a strikeout from Nathaniel Carano? That never gets old, calling Carano strikeouts. That is 4 tonight. 2 down. Now that fly ball that would score a run a batter ago would turn into the inning ender. Ryan Severns. Another good breaking ball. 0-1. The game in North Platte that my dad was calling must be over. I've been getting a few more texts than normal. One ball and 1 strike. Most of them stayed up late last night. Hopefully you did too. Last night's official game time, 4 hours and 8 minutes. It was a late night getting back to Yakima. 2 balls and a strike. Getting close to the stretch. Hard to believe that. But we're a strike away from sending it to the stretch. We'll send it over to the Pippins Family Singers when we get a second, as soon as the 3rd out is recorded. Carano looking for a 5th strikeout. Up against Ryan Severns. Here's the 2-2. Shot the other way and down for a hit. Hard turnaround first for Severns. The throw is off the line. Hustle double for Ryan Severns makes it a 3-run game. Pretty good piece of hitting by Severns, going off the end of the bat the opposite way. So here's Zane Garvey. Carano surrenders his first run of the night. It's a 3-run game. Five runs on 5 hits for Corvallis, 8 runs on 7 hits for Yakima Valley. 2 balls, no strikes. Carano has been close to the zone. Two and one now. Pippins bullpen vacant except for a couple of guys sitting on the bench. Foul tipped, and it's 2-2. A strike away from the stretch, Carano looking to get through 3 innings in relief of Austin Dillon. Man at second, 2 down. The 2-2. Good block by Diego Davis, and the count will run full. Nasty Nate's had some decent stuff tonight. What's he bring on the payoff? Breaking ball served out towards the outfield. This will play to run. Back-to-back hits by the Knights. Zane Garvey comes up with an RBI single, and now it's a 2-run game. Another softly hit fly ball out towards the outfield. That's got to be frustrating if you're Carano. You're making your pitch, and the Knights are just putting enough of a lumber on it. Now Ethan Salscheid going to head out and have a chat with Carano. Nobody is throwing for Yakima Valley. This is definitely a confidence check for Carano to try to boost his morale and get him through at least this out. Nate sitting at 61 pitches. I'm just vibing to the bad lip reading song that's going on here.
House, I think it's time for you guys to make some noise like you have not made noise tonight. Let's hear it, House.
Salsa departs. Here we go with 2 down and a man at first this time. Yakima Valley, like so many teams in the West Coast League, starting to deal with some fatigue in the bullpen. The Pippins had to use quite a few pitchers last night. 7 in total, 6 in relief of Tristan Pulliam. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know they want to use that right arm of Carano as much as possible before they dip back into the pen. A 3rd straight hit for Corvallis. This one will not score a run, but it does keep the inning alive. Kellen Siegel with his first hit of the night. This is slowly starting to look like how the 8th inning looked last night. Couple of base runners turned into some walks, turned into some big hits. Here's Tate Hammond. 0 for 3 today, or 0 for 2 rather. He had a sacrifice fly. This got his foot. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs, and Joey Marasco has a chance to tie this game. This inning starting to compound quickly on top of Carano. Tried the breaking ball, but spiked it a little too far right off the big toe of Tate Hammond. Pippins need an out. All of this production has come with 2 away. Breaking ball starts it off. Maverick Russell walked to lead off the inning, then ground out, strikeout, then double, single, single. Wave and a miss. And again, the Knights down to their final strike here in the 7th. I've said that a lot. Carano has not had that put-away pitch here in the 7th inning that he had in the previous 2. Nate trying to dig deep here. Out of play, a souvenir. That almost took the lid off of that man standing over there by the Section BB sign. He's going to step down. Out of firing range. Bags full of Knights. 0-2 from Carano. Lifted again that way. The count remains 0-2. Resupply of baseballs coming into Perry Schofield. You can tell the crowd here really would like this strike from Nathaniel Carano. Back this way. That came in hot. Could you imagine that ricochet right off the front of the press box and down into the large contingent of Pippins family singers? The 0-2 from Carano. Wave and a miss. The bases left loaded for Corvallis, and the Pippins escape the top of the 7th with the lead. Nasty Nate, a great outing to this point. We go to the stretch. Enjoy the Pippins family singers. Bottom of the 7th inning here at County Stadium. 8-6 is the score. The Pippins still in front after giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and leaving 3 Knights on base. It's Yash Gupta, Tommy Lamb, and then the top of the order due up for the Pippins. Facing against Matthew Kozdurka. Gupta out of play, 0-1. Pippins bullpen has a couple of arms standing up. Looks like Francisco Lopez is working out the right arm. He did not pitch last night despite the closeness of the game. His services likely going to be called on here. 1 ball and 1 strike, and now Chun going to head out to the hill. He might have been crossed up with Kozdurka. Yash Gupta, 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Two balls and a strike. Corvallis also has a man doing some stretching. What once was a 6-run lead for Yakima Valley is now 2. Pippins offense going to need to get back to work. Have not scored since the 4th inning. Up to foul.
Make some noise if you've been coming to County Stadium since the 90s. We love you, Bears and Pippins fans.
Staying alive, Gupta. Some scores from around the West Coast League while we have a quick moment. Especially the one down in Portland. The Pickles still lead the Walla Walla Sweets 3-1. It's the top of the 6th inning. Full count now to Gupta. In other South action, Ridgefield and Bend are tied at 7 at the Rourke, bottom of the 7th inning. And, of course, the final score already down in Springfield. The Berries fall to the Drifters 6-1. Pippins need a win tonight. They're in line, but need some help. Any combination of Pippins wins and Corvallis and Portland losses helps Yakima Valley. Gupta putting up a good fight here against Kozdurka. Another payoff. Another foul ball. We've got to be approaching 10 pitches in the at-bat. I think Kozdurka started the inning with 11 to his name. This is pitch number 10. It's a payoff, and it is again foul. Gupta putting a whole bunch of those nice Rawlings balls out of play. Hopefully some kids are over there chasing him down. How about pitch number 11 in the at-bat? Gupta will win. A long and well-earned walk for Yash Gupta. Now let's see if Tommy Lamb can crack his 0 in the hit column. Tommy 0 for 3 today. So nice to have Tommy back in the clubhouse. He's showing bunt. This is a pretty good one. Kozdurka fielding his position. Tommy with a successful sacrifice. An insurance run is in scoring position. A job done by Tommy Lamb. If only that ball had bounced off of the grass just a little bit softer. Would have been first and second, nobody out. Tyson Miller has been on base all 4 times tonight, 3 singles and a walk. He has scored 3 runs. Late shift put on for Corvallis. 2 balls and no strikes. You can see the middle infield playing more on the push side for Tyson Miller. He's gone the opposite field twice today. Actually, technically all 3 times. The infield single was to short. Perfect chance to pull a ball here. He does. It's on the ground to Cruz. The second baseman records out number 2. Pippins have an insurance run 90 feet away. That's the first time Tyson has been out today. He has reached base every other time. Here's Brandon Stone. What a time for your first hit of the series. He was 3 for 4, game 1 against Walla Walla. All the way to the backstop. The race to the plate. The throw is wide, and the Pippins played an insurance run. Yash Gupta crosses home for the first time in the white and green. This took a pretty hard ricochet off the backstop, but Kozdurka unable to field it as Chun threw it wide. So the Pippins now back up by 3. Another conference being had between Chun and Kozdurka here in the 7th. 1-1 now here to Stone. Nobody on anymore for Brandon, but he could start a 2-out rally. There's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Stone, who is 0 for 4 today. Pippins lead by 3. Here's the 1-2 to Stone. Francisco Lopez is walking around the warm-up hills. John Witt also has a baseball. Nathaniel Carano is doing some tossing on the warning track to try to stay loose. The hometown kid waits on the 2-2. Now he's a pitch away from drawing a walk. Fans here at County Stadium would love to see the East Valley grad find a way on. There it is, ball 4. Now the Pippins can have a 2-out rally as Stone will take his base ahead of Daichi Furuhata. Furuhata today, 2 for 3. Single, double, 2 RBI, ground out and a walk with a run scored. Kozdurka continues to miss up in the zone. In all likelihood, Yakima Valley going to bring Nathaniel Carano out for the top of the 8th and have Lopez and Witt warming just in case things go south. 2 balls and no strikes here to Daichi. Pippins trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to the Corvallis Knights. That's ball 3. Action will begin down in the Corvallis bullpen. Nobody was throwing before, so Kozdurka kind of on an island right now. Ball 4, Daichi will take his base. Back-to-back 2-out walks issued by Kozdurka. Parker Burt with a chance at another clutch. There's a look down to the bullpen. Aiden Hazen looks to be getting loose. Oh no, that's a different guy. That's Cruz. See, the roster I have and the roster that the lineup card has have some conflicting numbers. This is Alejandro Cruz warming up. As Corvallis takes a quick meeting to try to calm down Kozdurka, they've got to be close to out of defensive conferences. There's been a couple of cross-ups and a couple of different miscues that have been had by the Knights. They've burned timeouts to try to get those fixed. That is 5 that have been used by the Knights. So the next meeting that they have will have to be a pitching change. Parker Burt, 3 times on base today, a single and 2 walks. He has scored twice. Parker's middle name is likely Clutch. You go back to that Portland series, both of his hits resulted in RBI. Kozdurka continues to miss upstairs. Stone at second, Furuhata at first. Pippins looking to break out here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to hit, out towards the gap. This will plug it. Parker Burt comes up clutch again as Stone will score. Here comes Daichi. They're going to send him The throw is up the line, and it works out for the Knights. Chun has the ball, but the Pippins plate a run before that to make it 10-6, and it's a 4-run contest. To the 8th we go. Parker Burt, an RBI single, 4-run game here at Yakima County Stadium.
It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. I'm not sure exactly how it came about, but I had the opportunity to go up and play in Kelowna. It was really fortunate. We had a really good group of guys up there, and it's a beautiful place. I mean, we really appreciate everybody who came out and watched us play and supported us, and made that summer really special for all of us out there. It's just an awesome city you guys live in. It was an absolute blast. Playing in the West Coast League, it was a very different experience for me. I really hadn't been away from home that long. It was my first college summer league team. Most guys leave and they really are focused on the innings, getting more work in, developing a pitch. For me, it was just kind of have an opportunity to face some different hitters, and it was definitely more of a step into a professional style of play. You're playing a lot more. It's just not weekend sets. I got to put a lot of innings in my mind. I was out of the bullpen a little bit, so that was new to me. It was just a really good opportunity for me to refine all my stuff going into my sophomore year. Out of high school, I thought I was going to be a position player. If you would have told me, 10 years later I would be, pitching and being at this stage, I would have been a little surprised. I was very fortunate to get drafted. Ended up here in Houston. It's been an awesome ride here the last 3 years. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. The things that happened during those games last year are just unforgettable.
The thing about Phil is that, he's the same every day. I mean, you can't tell if he's going good or if he's going bad. That's what makes him a quality reliever. It's the fact that, his highs aren't that high and his lows aren't that low. Enjoy Phil. I think I bought him some corn one day, and I wanted to know his opinion because from where he's from, he's a corn expert.
Top 8 here at County Stadium. It's a 4-run game after the Pippins plate 2 runs on 1 hit and leave 1 on base. Nathaniel Carano back out to work. Diego Cruz has done that a couple of times. Stumbling out of the box, almost like a running start on a slap hit like a softball player. I have not seen that in baseball ever until tonight. 2 balls and no strikes, and he usually does it on the first pitch of an at-bat. Carano not yet dialed in after the longer wait. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's another look at the slap attempt. That is almost exactly like a softball player trying to slap a bunt. 3-0 strike on the outer black. So it's 3-1 now. Cruz, the only man that didn't hit in the 7th inning. He leads it off, and he fouls that back 3-2. Carano today, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Here's the payoff. Wave and a miss. A 6th K for Nathaniel Carano. Good start to the 8th inning for the Pippins hurler. That's now 7 on the night. I think if we get to 10, everybody gets a free sub from Jersey Mike's. You could have tacos and Jersey Mike's. 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner. Maverick Russell ahead in the count. I think that's the move for dinner tonight. We got those 5 runs pretty early on. Doritos Locos Tacos might be the meal of choice. Francisco Lopez was tossing in the bullpen. Ground ball foul. He would be able to get you an out or 2 before setting you up for the 9th inning. Likely John Witt, even though he blew the save yesterday. We'll see how the Pippins decide to roll their bullpen. You could also bring in Cisco in a 9th inning if Carano can get out of this 8th. Curveball velocity down to 69 miles an hour for number 69. He had a 3-ball count the last time, but worked back to a strikeout. Continuing here, it's 3-2. Maverick Russell was ready to take his base for the 3rd straight time. Back to full for Carano. Here's the payoff pitch. That one he loses him on. 3rd straight walk drawn by Maverick Russell. Coaching staff looks down towards the dugout to see if Lopez is ready. He is the one tossing. Nobody else has been throwing off the mound yet. Strike 1 here to Ethan Porter. On the day for Porter, 1 for 2, an RBI single and a ground out. He's also walked and been hit by a pitch. One ball and 1 strike. Double play opportunity does exist. Pippins have turned 32 double plays, had one yesterday. Every pitch you can feel the pressure on Nathaniel Carano, being asked to do quite a bit tonight. Austin Dillon went 4 innings, giving up the first couple runs of the game. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carano, with starters experience, has used that to his advantage for most of the summer. Back to the netting, 2-2. Big update coming down at Walker Stadium in Portland. Walla Walla has tied the game in the top of the 7th inning. If this score can hold, not only will the Pippins gain a game on the Knights, they'll gain a game on the Pickles if Walla Walla can take the lead. Full count. 3rd straight one of those against a Corvallis Knight. Bases are loaded down there in Portland for the Sweets. Payoff from Carano. Blew it by him. Strikeout number 7. Just when you think there's nothing left in the tank, Carano rears back and gives you a fastball up at the top of the zone. Now an out away from pitching 4 stellar innings of relief. Dakota Chun, 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI single in the 5th. The velocity has dropped just a little bit for Nathaniel Carano. Fastball sitting now closer to 89, where he's been up to 91 tonight. The breaking ball is in the upper 60s to low 70s. Diego Davis going out to have a quick chat with Carano. I think Coach Crustangel asking how many visits he has left, just to make sure that he is able to burn one more. Lopez throwing off of the hill down in the bullpen. Fastball inside, 2-0. On the ground out towards Daichi. The 8th inning is over as Nathaniel Carano pitches 4 stellar innings in relief. 7 strikeouts for Nasty Nate. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pippins, last chance to add on.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Welcome back to County Stadium. Score update from around the West Coast League. Walla Walla helping out Yakima Valley. They currently lead it 4-3 in the top of the 7th inning down in Portland. That's a big score to watch if you're the Pippins, because you're trying to gain ground on both the Knights, who you're playing right now, and on Portland. If you can beat one of the two, you are able to make your way into the postseason for the first time since the early parts of this decade. Alejandro Cruz is in the game for the Corvallis Knights, 6'3", 180, an incoming freshman. Cruz going to be tasked with pitching against Brennan Aoki, Malachi Emery Henderson, and Diego Davis.
Let's give it up for number 2.
There's a look at Cruz. Kozdurka works 2 innings, giving up 2 runs. He also gave up 2 hits, walking 4. He did not pick up a strikeout, and he tossed 37 pitches. Pippins with a 4-run lead, trying to add to that.
Give it up for Scott T. Pippin tonight.
Scott T, a popular man right now. They're swarming around that apple like flies. Brennan Aoki takes a first pitch upstairs from Alejandro Cruz. Pippin's trying to get a couple more runs and feel a little less pressure in the top of the 9th. Cruz facing Aoki. And Aoki, the first time he was up, drew a walk. That was back in the 6th inning. He replaced Trey Godoy. One ball and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes to Aoki. You definitely heard what we heard on the crowd mic. Some things never die. Full count now to Aoki. Oh my goodness, Scott T doing an arm autograph. That's crazy. That kid's too young to get tattoos. That's gonna wash off in the shower tonight. Ball 4. Aoki draws his walk. He's going to hustle to first, but he will be content with just the one bag. Leadoff man aboard for Yakima Valley, trying to add some insurance. Malachi Emery Henderson, 0 for 3 today. Drew a walk in the 4th inning. Malachi deep to right. If it's fair, it's insurance. It is gone. The Pippins have a dozen runs tonight. Emery Henderson goes yard for the 4th time. .402 feet, 105 miles an hour off the bat. That is the most pure swing I think I've seen Malachi take all summer. What a blast by Emery Henderson. First pitch strike to Diego Davis. You almost have to relive that one a couple of times. It's a shame we don't have multiple angles. That was a blast and a half. Davis flares out towards second. One down as Cruz finds it in his mitt. That is one of the most exciting ways to get some insurance if you're Yakima Valley. Here's Yash Gupta. He drew a walk back in the 7th inning and scored what was at the time a pretty important insurance run that made it a 3-run game. Francisco Lopez continues to warm for the Pippins. He will be likely on for the 9th. Gupta behind 0-2. Austin Dillon only pitched 4 innings. He is not in line for what would be a win, but Nathaniel Carano could pick up the win. Wave and a miss by Gupta. Strike 3. Last chance for insurance is Tommy Lamb. Pippins already have 2 runs home here in the 8th. In the 9th inning, Corvallis will have 5, 6, and 7 due up. Tommy Lamb 0 for 3 today. Had a sacrifice bunt back in the 7th inning. We're going to have to deliberate up here in the box before we go talk to some players after the game. You've got Carano, of course, a candidate. Tyson Miller's been on base 4 times with 3 hits. Daichi had a couple of big RBIs in his return to the lineup. Malachi with the home run there. Two balls and a strike. It's getting late tonight. The ball boys started to fall asleep on that ball back to the backstop. Good job, Blake. Two and two. Tommy with a healthy cut. Yakima Valley down to their final strike. They lead by 6 going into the final frame. Tommy fights this one off into foul territory. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Chun's had to work hard back there behind the dish for Corvallis. His pitching staff has not been giving him the easiest pitches to receive. The count is full. The top of the order is waiting on deck for Yakima Valley. We've gone through everybody 5 times. Payoff to Tommy. Out of play. Colin Novacek started for the Knights, then Colella for 2 batters, did not record an out. Then Galanita, Kozdurka, and now Cruz. Tommy putting up a good fight here. Yakima Valley started with Austin Dillon. Nathaniel Carano is still the pitcher of record right now, but Francisco Lopez has been warming up for the past inning or so. In all likelihood, he'll be able to throw the final 3 outs of this 6-run game. Not a save situation. I think the Pippins would rather have it that way. Another payoff to Tommy. He'll win the battle and draw ball 4. That's a couple of long at-bats put together. One in the 7th by Gupta that went 11 pitches long. That one by Lamb, he also wins it and draws a walk. Tyson Miller, 3 for 4 today with 3 singles, 3 runs scored. Scoreboard watching down in Portland. Walla Walla still leading at 4-3, bottom 7. The Pickles are threatening, though. They have 1 out and 2 men aboard. Nope, now 2 out and 2 men aboard. MD Connor just struck out looking. Ball to the backstop. Tommy's going to take the extra 90 feet. That's another one hard to handle for Chun. All sorts of dust flying up there and dirt. Saw Tyson kind of shaking his head, trying to clear out his eyes. 2 balls and no strikes to Miller. I'd say the leading candidates after the game are Carano and probably Tyson. There's just so many. It's a team effort tonight. Fouled at the plate, 2-1. Here comes Blake. Good work, Blake. He's got autographs on that jersey. Oh, that's an error. Three balls and 1 strike here to Miller. Brandon Stone waiting for a sixth chance to hit. Spiked, ball 4. Looks like Brooke Knight is going to go out and have a chat with Cruz. Nobody's been warming up for Corvallis. This is one of those conversations the head coach is going to have and say, oh, well, I guess somebody was warming up. Somebody just came in from the bullpen. All right, pitching change. I apparently wasn't paying attention. We'll be back. Bottom of the 8th, 6-run game.
The West Coast League, definitely has its place in baseball and produces some serious talent. I was a preferred walk-on at UC Santa Barbara. I ended up making the team and actually cracking the starting rotation my freshman year. As most freshman pitchers do, I had a little bit of a short leash, and so after that year, was able to transition into the West Coast League and get a few more innings in there as well. It was a great place for me to get my feet wet after my first collegiate season, to go out there, compete against other college prospects and college arms and some real good bats as well. I met some great guys and made some great friends and really enjoyed the competition. It's definitely a special thing to be able to still be a college kid but focus completely on baseball. Even if it's just a few weeks or months, the experience goes a long way. I only threw 37 innings, not like MVP Eli Morgan with his 80-plus innings. Did he get any MVP votes? Well, he should have.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Slowed him down early and put him away with the foul.
I went to Yakima in 2014, graduated high school, and 3 days later I was in the middle of Washington. Not really sure what I was getting into. It was a very late decision. I got a walk-on spot at Gonzaga really late that year and was told right around graduation time that they wanted me to go up there and play in this college league, and I didn't know it at the time, but having gone through it, it was a complete minor league baseball feel. It was just all first experiences for me, first time busting through the night, getting in at like 6 a.m. There was nothing but entourage on the bus. Entourage! So that was the only thing our coach would play for us, and it's a lot of foggy memories, try to sleep through the night, get woken up to that theme song just blaring at 4 a.m. and it's a very disorienting feeling, but I do like entourage still. Playing in Yakima was really cool. That stadium felt big league. The giant wall, all the sponsors on the board, it just felt very proper, and the fans were into it, and we did well that year, so it all molded to a very fun season.
Just trying to stay even keel, just trust my stuff, and not much more than that.
7-0, he's tied for the league lead in wins. He also has the league record now in wins.
My pitch coach, Bobby Wells, was great. Sort of an old school feel, but was in touch with some new school teachings. You knew that he knew what he was talking about because he's done it. I think experience is the best teacher. And it wasn't until the very end of the season where he told me something that he wanted to stick with.
So the reason we didn't see anybody warming up was because the pitcher into the game has been the third baseman all night, Zane Garvey. First pitch brushes back Brandon Stone. Garvey is a two-way player listed on their roster as an infielder and a right-handed pitcher. 6'4", 190. Trying to get the defensive substitutions. Maverick Russell leaves the designated hitter's spot, and he is now playing first base. So Russell comes in to play first here in the 8th. That means I think we have a new third baseman as well. Wave and a miss by Stone. So Ethan Porter goes from first to third. Middle infield remains the same. One-two here to Stone, staying alive. Cruz goes 2/3 of an inning here for Corvallis. He gives up the big 2-run home run to Malachi Emery Henderson. He's also walked 3 batters. Another 1-2 here to Stone. Off of his foot, that one hurt. Count still 1-2. right off the inside part of the foot. Pippins with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning has made it a 6-run game. Francisco Lopez has been warming down in the bullpen for quite a while. He is ready to go for the top of the 9th. Runners go. The throw. Got him. Tommy Lamb is caught stealing over at third. We go to the 9th inning. Malachi Emery Henderson gives us some insurance.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Our next broadcast of Yakima Valley Pippins baseball will be tomorrow, Saturday, July 25th. Game 2 between the Knights and the Pippins. First pitch scheduled for 6:35 p.m. Pre-game coverage will begin at around 6:15 with Pippins pregame. Pippins hoping to go for a series win tomorrow if this score can hold. 3 outs, leading by 6. Been a good night at the yard so far for Yakima Valley. Ryan Severns, Zane Garvey now hitting in the pitcher's spot. And Kellen Siegel will face Francisco Lopez, the new pitcher for Yakima Valley. First pitch on the ground, backhand unsuccessful by Stone. Hard turn towards second, now slamming on the brakes, Ryan Severns. Leadoff man on here in the 9th inning for Corvallis. That is a single. They give the infield hit to Severns. That's his second hit today. Here's Zane Garvey now hitting as the pitcher. Wave and a miss. Strike 1. Nathaniel Carano goes 4 innings in line for the win, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits. Now Francisco Lopez with a .386 ERA. Gets a fly ball out towards deep center field. Tommy into the corner, makes the catch. Tommy had to go quite a ways. Didn't have to lay out for it like one of his other highlight catches, but it still goes down as out number 1. This thing was stroked 375 feet out towards the deepest part of the park, but Tommy ran it down really easy. Francisco from Tucson has pitched 9 1/3 innings on the summer in 10 games. 12 strikeouts and 3 walks. Kellen Siegel, 1 for 3. Big wave and a miss. That's a foul ball. Quick conversation had between Davis and Lopez. Francisco asking for a new baseball. Oh, yeah, right up the body of Kellen Siegel. Two balls and a strike. The last time that Cisco was on the hill was against the Portland Pickles. He pitched an inning giving up 4 runs, but Yakima Valley still ended up with the win. They led it 9-0 going into the 9th. Cisco gave up the only 4 runs of the game, which did unfortunately ruin the shutout, but as long as it was a W in the correct column, we're okay. Those runs given up by Cisco were the first earned runs that he'd given up on his own accord. He had a 0 ERA coming into that outing against Portland. Cisco looking for his first strikeout tonight. He's gotten a single and a flyout. Payoff. Lifted towards the left center field gap. This will plug the gap. Striding around second, Severance goes to third. Ball still on the track. This will play to run. It's an RBI double for for Kellen Siegel. Ryan Severance is the man that scored. That is the definition of a gapper. So Cisco gives up a run. Pippins still lead by a decent margin. 5-run game. Here's Tate Hammond. One ball and no strikes to Hammond. This is 8 and 9 in the Corvallis order. You'd love to shut them down right here and not let them get to the 6th trip through the order. Two balls, no strikes. There is somebody tossing down in the Pippins bullpen just in case. 3 balls and no strikes. Looks to be John Witt. John, unfortunately, taking the loss and the blown save yesterday. Through 27 pitches. You would hope that it doesn't come to bringing in another pitcher, but you never know. Always better to be up and ready with another guy versus get into a situation and not have somebody warm. The man at second is Kellen Siegel after an RBI double. Cisco responds to the visit with a strike. Wave and a miss on 85. It's 3-2. Up until that outing against Portland, Francisco had only given up 1 run. It was unearned. It came against the Marion Berries on the 21st of June. Looking for a big strikeout to find out number 2. Fly ball out towards Miller. He's in with it. And the Knights down to their final out. Joey Marasco, the last hope for Corvallis, as this ball, it's a little bit deceptive. It went on a line, but it was only hit 80 miles an hour off the bat. Tyson had a read on it the whole way. First pitch strike from Lopez. Fans on their feet here at the county stadium. Pippins trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to Corvallis. And now a strike away from doing so. Been a fun night at the ballpark. Pippins lead by 5. Strike 3, ball game over. Francisco Lopez with a punch out to end it. And Yakima Valley takes down the Corvallis Knights by a final score of 12-7. 1 minute before 10 o'clock here in Yakima. And the Pippins pull a game closer to Corvallis in the standings as the hunt for the playoffs continues. One more look at the final out. Francisco picking up his first of the night. The win will go to Nathaniel Carano. The loss will be tagged to Colin Novacek. And the Pippins are in the win column after suffering 2 losses to the Walla Walla Sweets during the midweek. 12-7 the final. A lot of standouts tonight. Tyson Miller was on base 5 times. He had 3 hits. Daichi Furuhata, 2 RBI in his return to the lineup. Malachi Emery Henderson with home run number 4 on the summer. There in the 8th inning to provide some insurance. And, of course, the pitching. Carano and Lopez combining to shut down the Knights over the final 5 innings. We're going to sign off tonight and talk to you tomorrow. For everyone involved with the Yakima Valley Pippins, especially my video crew, Shay and Marcos, I'm Harmon Johnson signing off and saying stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Game 2 between the Corvallis Knights and the Yakima Valley Pippins tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. Final score tonight, Yakima Valley 12, Corvallis 7. You've been watching Pippins Baseball. Have a great night, everybody.